Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning into the show. This episode is brought to you by Savage Paintball. Savage Paintball is our newest sponsor we are very excited to be working with. They make these amazing magnetic boards that you can custom design to have your team logo. You could get a generic one, or you could even pick up a PTG custom design board as well. These boards are great. If you're getting ready for a tournament and you have a layout that you're preparing for, through their awesome magnetic technology, you can set up the layout on this board and it's not going to go anywhere. It has this great little magnetic piece that's in each one of the bunkers, and you place it on the board, and it's something that you can visualize throughout the week as many times as you want. I love using this to get ready for any sort of event. Visualization is key. We talk about it all the time. In all sports, visualization is one of the most important things. And in paintball, where you are preparing for a field layout where the angles are ever so important, understanding and knowing all of your shots from each of your positions is something so incredibly important. You want to be able to look at it as much as possible. You know, growing up, I would always just use a regular field layout and I would stare at it, but this gives me that 3D capabilities. I can hold the board up and actually get a visual down the line of, you know, where my shots from a back center are, from the Dorito. It is really accurate. It's awesome. You guys can head over to savagepaintball.com, and if you guys use code PLAYTHEGAME at checkout, you'll get 10% off. Pretty cool. Again, guys, we can't say enough good things about this sponsor. The owner is an amazing dude, and he's all about paintball, and so we obviously are in full support of that. So give him a check out, and make sure to use the code at when you check out, and get 10% off. And again, these boards are fully customizable, so if you want to put your own team logo on them, or if you want to get a PTG board, that's where you can find them. This show is also brought to you by Transfuse. Transfuse is our absolute favorite hydration drink in the game. It's the best hydration drink in paintball. It's one of the best hydration drinks that I've ever used, period. You know, a lot of these different hydration drinks, Gatorade, Pedialyte, stuff like that, have a lot of sugar, and that's just a little unnecessary. This stuff has a lot of potassium, sodium, magnesium, all the, basic hydration needs that you get in all these other drinks, but it only has 4 grams of sugar. And, they use stevia as well. So it's an all-natural alternative, which is fantastic. It also has a lot of vitamin C, over 1,500 milligrams per serving, which is pretty epic. If you look at one of the emergency packets that have been proven to reduce the common cold, they only have 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and the body can definitely intake quite a bit more than that. So 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C. It's got zinc. It also has vitamin B3, which is another just great brain-boosting component. This stuff is fantastic. It makes me feel really good. It helps boost your immune system, which now is obviously so important. There's a lot of illness, a lot of stuff out there. You want to keep yourself healthy. So Transfuse, guys, if you head over to translabs.com, that's tranzlabs.com, use code PLAYTHEGAME at checkout, and you will also get 10% off, and that's a great way for you guys to support the show. We only bring you guys sponsors that we truly believe in, that we use and we love, and that's our motto here at Play the Game. We're not going to try to sell you guys something that we don't personally believe into the fullest. This episode is also brought to you by G2 Paintball. G2 Paintball is a paintball athletics company that is designed to make you a better paintball athlete. Again, when you're training for any sort of sport, it's so important that you train for the type of movements that you're going to be using in that sport. You need to have the type of endurance that is going to be required in that sport. If you play football, that's going to be different from paintball. If you wrestle, it's going to be different from paintball. If you're a long distance runner, you're going to use different muscles, and you're going to need a different type of endurance to compete at the highest levels in paintball. G2 Paintball is geared for that. They come out to the Paintball Combine. It is owned and operated by part of the Dynasty family, our very own Rusty Glaze and Victor Gamboa. Again, I just can't say enough good things about G2 Paintball. We absolutely love them. You guys can head over to g2paintball.com and check them out for more information. With that said, everybody, this show was so awesome. We had Wolf on. He is the most popular scenario paintball player there is, without a doubt, and one of the most popular paintball players that there is. He has a massive following. He's got an amazing YouTube channel. This guy goes all over the world playing in these big scenario events, and it's so cool to hear his side of the paintball journey. And we just really had a great time sitting down and talking with him. So without further ado, guys, we're going to hop in there. We'll see you in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication. And the crowd starts chanting Harmon. Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game. He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Yo, Wolf, my man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Hope you're doing well. Me and Marcelo are so glad to have you here. How's it going, bud?
I am so stoked to be on this show. I am with legends. I am in the midst of some of the greatest players on the planet Earth in paintball. Much blessings, guys. It's very cool. I've watched a couple of the shows. Things have been crazy with this COVID stuff, so I haven't had a chance. But you guys are doing it, and I'm very honored to be here, especially as a Woods baller. It's a blessing.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man.
You're the best in the business, baby.
Thank you,
100%. And we're incredibly excited to have you as well, because Tyler and I, we've been talking about it. Our mission is all things paintball, right? And I think you are the epitome of the other side of the sport. That now it's really cool that the two sides are starting to merge a little bit more. But for a long time, it was like you either play speedball or you play woods ball. And that's crazy. We all started playing paintball, like everyone's all speedballers first experience. I know Tyler, myself, we all got into it playing woods ball, that's how the game started. Like, that's how you go. If it's for a birthday party or whatever it is, your first time, you go out, you have fun with your friends. It's typically in the woods. And we just love the game, man. It's all about playing the game.
Most def, brother. And the thing I find is that sometimes you'll find like a little bit of hater attitude on either side. And I'm like, if you truly love paintball, you appreciate all aspects of the sport, no matter what style you play.
Yeah.
So, and absolutely. I see you guys do it all the time. And I play with a lot of tournament players. I've played with Ollie. I've played with Greenspan. Played with Mr. H all the time. Giraffe, they always appreciate coming back to the woods and getting to that old school dirty ticks all over your body mud stuff. So it's like it's always a blessing, brother.
It is, man. It's the ultimate blessing. Like, that's of course how I started as well. My very first time playing paintball was kind of frightening. I was 11 years old, and I went to an abandoned slaughterhouse in the middle of the Central Valley.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it was crazy.
That sounds like a horror movie this black guy is not going into.
Dude,
it says a lot about Tyler, though.
It says a lot.
Yeah. So that was my first experience, the abandoned slaughterhouse. It was crazy. And my uncle and a bunch of his buddies, we had scuba tanks. We went out there and played in the woods. And it was like you had this big building that they had no doors. It was all open. It was 2-story. You could go inside. And then around was all wooded area. So you were playing in the woods and running out of the building. And it was crazy. So much fun.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
That reminds me of this field we play in. And we play in this abandoned hospital in Ontario. It's a place called PRZ. And it's like 3 floors, a full-on hospital thing. And when we first got in there, we were the first paintballers to get in there. And we were like shooting through drywall and stuff. We took a toilet out of the bathroom. We pushed the toilet down the hallway and shot from behind the toilet, and we used it for cover. That was the kind of stuff we did, man. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was 2007 maybe.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
I started playing long before that, but I played in some insane places, brother.
Yeah. So we love getting into those stories, man. How did you get into paintball? What was your first experience like? When was it?
Probably like 99.9% of everybody else. I was invited to a corporate function. Nice. And this was 1995 or 96. So I was like 25 years old. I was working so I could actually afford paintball. And it was like, I went to this place called Paintball City in Toronto. And we just started playing. We got the foggy goggles, the renter goggles. They gave us this big red shield thing to put over our bodies, and just went out there, started pew-pewing, and one went over my head. I shot the bad guy out, and from then on, I was hooked.
Yeah.
I started going back every week. This is one thing that nobody knows, kind of embarrassing, but it's not. I was so shook back in the day that I used to create cardboard armor under my clothes before I went to play. I would get cardboard and I would duct tape it around my body
Dude,
because
genius.
I heard the stories of how much paintballs hurt, so I didn't want to take a chance. I was a big wuss, so
that's genius.
I would do that like the first 3 times I wanted to play, and I was like, and someone went up to me and they go, "What is? Are you wearing body armor?" And I go, "Yeah, it's body armor." And it was like, and then after I stopped being scared, like the 4th time I played, I just started going with regular gear, and then it took off from there, brother. I went to a pawn shop, bought my first marker, which was a Piranha pump gun.
Oh yeah.
And this was before this was before YouTube and all that stuff, and it leaked. I got it from the pawn shop. I put the CO2 on, and it leaked. Nobody in the shop knew how to fix it, so I would have to go out and play quickly before I ran out of air. So I'd be running around.
Oh no!
So I'd have to get kills before I ran out of air. So I was under pressure for like the first 6 months I played this game.
That is so funny. So it forces you to be aggressive, and I like what you said, under pressure. That's what I love about paintball is it really does put you under pressure. You have to make good decisions under a lot of pressure, right? And
when you can make, there's nothing more crazy than being able to make decisions when your adrenaline is pumping 110%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like when you're in that atmosphere and you hear the paintballs going and the people yelling and the rounds going over your head. Yeah. And for you to like make a steady, conscious decision tactically says a lot about that person. And it's just like, there's no other, like I played other sports. I grew up playing basketball. I played soccer huge. You know, I've jumped out of planes. I've done it all. And then I got into paintball and nothing else could compare, period.
Yeah.
Like I have tailor-made golf clubs in my garage that have cobwebs on them.
Dude,
I know you guys started playing again.
I'm hooked on golf right now. I absolutely love it. But I saw you had that tailor-made club cover over your barrel as your barrel stock. I was like, damn, that looks like a nice club right there.
I took it off my golf club. I said, hey, what would this be like? I was like, just to, you know, get people, because it's like you got to be a little more creative right now because nothing's happening, right? So I just do that to inspire people. I love getting people geeked.
We're happening, baby. We're happening.
Right.
Play the game. We're over here playing it every day.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. And Wolf, you're right, man. There is nothing quite like that adrenaline rush and being able to think cognitively and make good decisions when your blood is boiling. You got a lot of stuff going on. Kind of dive into that. Like, what's it like out there in these huge scenario games when you got to make these big decisions? You're a general. You got to run the squad. You know, what's it like out there?
It is. You know what? It is two different worlds, and it's funny. Back when I started playing, I was actually invited to do the speedball thing, the tournament thing.
Yeah.
And I went to back in the day, they had this tournament at Skydome in Toronto. I think it was called Skyball, where they played in an indoor arena. And so I was in the stands. I was there, and I was seeing everyone doing their thing, and some paintballers brought me, and I was watching. And this is the first time I've seen speedball in real life. And I go, so you guys all like play in this like area here? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I go, and you can all like see each other and stuff. And I go, yeah, man, you just got to move. It's like chess. And go, okay, that's cool. But you know, I'm more of a woods guy. And it's like, I like to get out. I like the milsim. I like crawling through the tall grass and the swamps and smelling like deer poo when I get out every game. And I was like, I can appreciate both styles. And I'm like, I forgot the actual question you asked me. But
just about like cognition and how you break down these big games.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, breaking down the games is a whole different world.
Yeah.
When you're playing, you know, like you guys, you have your 10v10, 5 versus 5. I think you do 3 versus 3 sometimes.
Yeah.
And but I get out to games and we're like 1,000 versus 1,000. And it's like it could be overwhelming if you're new to it, but it's like I remember I was generaling in Living Legends back in the day, and I had 1,000 players with me, and I had radios. What I did was I split them up into battalions, and so I could see this, you know, this is A, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and we got radios from the different teams. I had a team of guys in my general tent that was watching radios and stuff. So, and these were like ex-Army airborne guys who were monitoring radios, and we're telling people. I had a strategic map laid out. I had chess pieces on the map to keep track of where everybody was, and it's amazing. And I was like, it's nuts, because there'd be times that like I want to go out and play. I just don't want to sit here and strategize the whole game. I didn't come here to play chess. I came here to shoot people. Yeah. And it's like, I'll wait till things are good, and then I'll go out in the field and I'll be in a skirmish with 500 guys shooting 500, trying to take over a base. We're throwing smoke grenades. We're trying to strategize. Okay, we're gonna hold this. You flank on the right. You guys pretend like you're gonna flank the left and get that attention. Then we have snipers in the back with first strike rounds who's shooting, triple the distance, regular paintballs into windows and stuff, trying to get commanders and everything. And it's all in here, you know what I mean? And it's that combination of just moving and shooting, thinking what you're going to do next, moving, shooting. Yeah. And, if you just try to bunker someone like you do in tournament ball, you just got to worry about, the guy in the other Dorito and the guy you're going towards the snake, or maybe a couple other guys. Sure. But if you're going to try and bunker someone and there's 400 guys behind trees and everywhere, you got to think about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you're going to feel it in a whole different type of way. And it's it's just a marvelous thing. And it's that's why I started doing the YouTube channel, because I wanted to show normal people what we do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's impossible to say that to people. To tell when you try to verbally explain what we do and what you guys do, people are like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool. My kid did that at the party." No, I don't know. This is not the birthday party little Timmy went to. This is a whole different world. And then I'll take my phone out and then I'll start showing them my videos. I'll start showing them HK Army videos. I'll start showing them social paintball videos. And then they're like, "Whoa, we had no idea."
That Living Legends video that HK did is one of the biggest videos that the internet's ever seen. Yeah,
I'm proud of that one. I was in my voice was in there a few times, and
that's awesome.
Shout out to Cassidy. Cassidy is a genius. Marky was whenever I worked with Marky and Cassidy back in the day, and he had this crazy ideas, and he was like, "Okay, well, set this smoke grenade off in your boot." I go, "I'm not doing that. Let's try something else." But it always worked out. You know what I mean? That's what you call visionary. And it's we need more. I wish the paintball industry would think like that. Yeah. I wish the bigger companies, and God bless HK Army. I love those guys. And they know what it takes to popularize the game. Yes. And the problem with the industry is that they keep advertising towards paintballers, and we need to advertise towards everybody else. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Every time I go to the movies, when we used to go to movies, I would see, trailers from movies and stuff, or sometimes you'd have the local car place dealership advertise their cars and stuff, and come down to so-and-so Lexus. And I said, this is where we need a paintball video. Put a paintball video before a movie. Have Cassidy direct it. Me and Mark voice it, and we'll do boom, from woods ball to tournament, back and forth, showing you know what I mean? And it would grow so huge.
I agree.
Well, that's one reason Tyler and I both appreciate what you do so much, because you have a lot of power with your YouTube channel, right? And we had Ronnie Dees on the podcast as well, and I mean he's another person that does a great job. But we think a lot of professional players need to take it upon ourselves, which is a big part of why we have decided to get going with a little YouTube channel and the podcast in general. Because in 2020, you can promote yourself. You can build whatever you want to build. So paintball players can bring that attention to our sport, A lot of the videos that you have on your channel are engaging for anybody, whether they play paintball or not, and it's that is one of the most common questions. You kind of mentioned this earlier. When you tell people about paintball, they go, well, what makes you good at it? How are you any better than me? I could shoot a real gun. I hear that all the time. I'm like, you don't get it, dude. I don't care if you can shoot a real gun from 200 yards away. And, let's play one-on-one, and you won't beat me once out of 20 times, not once, And they're like, what? Of course, I'll at least shoot you once. I'm like, no, dude, it's not like that. It's just such a different game. It's so, People just don't understand.
Oh, they have no clue.
Yeah,
it's funny, but when you say that, it's because, especially from the woods ball aspect, and you see all my millstones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll see like real steel shooters, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I shoot the real thing," and blah 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 and blah blah blah. So do I, by the way, but I don't involve that in the paintball stuff because I don't want to confuse it too.
Yeah.
But it's funny because 100% of the time you'll see these guys, man, I did this and I did that, and I can shoot from so many yards away, and I'll say, you know what? I have an extra kit. I have an extra tactical vest.
Let's go.
I have extra magazines. Let's go. Come out to a field one weekend, and let's see how you run with us for 48 hours, full on game, smoke grenades, everything. Let's see how you do. Oh, I don't know if I can. My knee hurts. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a weird thing where they want to, but they don't, and they just want to say something.
Paintball's crazy. It's a whole different game out there.
Totally. And they don't understand it. They don't understand,
They don't.
And that's the thing about paintball that's so beautiful is the people that are really good. It's like any sport, right? I don't know if you follow American football at all.
A little bit,
but,
I went to school in the States, so
okay. Cool.
I went to Syracuse.
Oh, yeah, you got to be a football fan then.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And I wasn't quick story about that, but I went to university in the States. Yeah. And I remember because I was never really big into sports or anything. The only sport I watched was FIFA soccer or footy. Yeah. And I was on campus at Syracuse, and I got up one Sunday, and it was a desert. And I was there getting my breakfast, looking around. Nobody's here. I was walking around. Where is everybody? And then I see some people walking with orders and chatting. I go, where is everyone going? And they're like, are you okay? Are you like hungover or something? No. There's a game today. And I go, what game? I go, in the dome. And I was like, oh. And then I go to the dome because the students get free tickets. Dude, there's like 50,000 people there. You got national TV there. And I'm like, holy crap. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to love you Americans for that, though. You do love your sports. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Dude, that's for sure.
And shout out to our viewers real quick, too, just so they know. Well, if you're from Canada, right? What part?
Toronto.
Toronto. Cool. Yeah, yes, East Coast over there. Nice. So
let's go, Drizzy Drake in the building.
Yeah, straight from the six.
We could talk about that because I've actually worked with him, but that's
no way. Oh, we got to talk about that.
My other life is a whole different thing.
Yeah, but, we're gonna get into all that, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we're gonna be best friends when this is over. We're gonna know everything about
Please, that'll be an honor, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all love.
Yeah, totally. So I actually, before we dive back into kind of your journey as you got started, and we do want to kind of talk about like why you chose in the beginning or how you stayed on the path of Scenario Paintball. But I played my first Scenario game last year, and it was so much fun. I realized again, so it's very similar to what I'm saying. People don't understand the intricacies of paintball, right? I'm pretty good at paintball. I think that I could go and play in the woods and have a decent time,
A little bit, yeah.
Sure, but I was elected to be the general. And it was a small scenario game, right? So it was 100 on 100. And which for me is incredibly overwhelming. That's a lot of people. I'm like, wow, it's a lot of heads. But there's all these, we had like 7 different slapsticks that would only be activated for like 10 minutes at a time. And you have to, all your points are based on different strategy, right? And I realized I am way in over my head. I just need to go out and shoot people, I'm like, what? I don't understand the best way to do this. I'm trying to put things together, and I'm like, okay, I have a whole new respect for this because it's like, it's so in-depth and so complicated, Unfortunately, COVID happened, but this field out in Wisconsin, Outdoor Adventures, they're amazing. We're going to do these once a year. And I fell in love with it. Like, I want to go to as many scenario games as possible. I know Tyler too. Like, we want to play paintball at the highest level. Matty Marshall, obviously, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So Matty's been having a great idea. I think this speaks to what you were saying of advertising to people that don't play paintball already. You get like 10 of the best players in the world, some scenario players mixed with some street tournament players, right? And we grab like 100 Joe Schmoes. Whether they're professional football players or professional lacrosse players, soccer players, businessmen, whatever it is that excel in their sport, their field, and you do that 100 versus 10 of us, and you watch it.
That would be so dope,
dude. And we would clean house, and like.
That would be so dope. I know.
the general public would be like, "What the hell? They'd be like, that's crazy." They'd be
Let
like,
me bring my box mag out with 350 rounds.
exactly. Like
that'd be interesting.
People would be mind blown that 10 people could hold off 100 people. That would be clickbait kind of stuff. Where on YouTube, a video like that would just boom gain traction. You know what it's about, man. Especially in nowadays, this culture is all about stuff that gets hot so quick. Something could go viral so fast, and luckily, more and more of that is happening with paintball. Actually, you're starting to see paintball in more and more movies. It's getting more popular on YouTube channels. Professional sports teams are going to play as like a team outing. You know what I mean?
I think Marky.
The thing that I want. Sorry, go ahead.
Marky has like 500,000 followers on TikTok right now. He's on his way to 1 million followers on TikTok, and that's all. Young kids seeing paintball. You know?
Shout out to Marky.
Yeah, Marky.
Shout out to Big Sexy, because they've been doing some funny stuff lately.
100%. That's doing great, dude.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I'm one of the larger guys on YouTube, one of the larger guys on Instagram. I got on TikTok a couple of months ago, and all of them have their own weird algorithms and stuff, right? Because I got on TikTok and I did a video from World's Biggest Game, which was Skirmish Ion, and that got like 1 million views in one day.
Whoa!
And then I did another video, and it got like 20 views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's weird because it just has to connect right. So I have like 7,000 followers on TikTok right now, and I'm like doing every weird stupid dance I can. But Instagram, I'm used to. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of just being to diversify your social media and just getting out there and getting that content out and just keep hitting it. And don't do it because you want viewers. Do it because you enjoy doing it, and people will see that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It looks less fake that way.
Yeah, and you're right, dude. There is a lot of algorithm playing into all that too. It's like you got to hit it just perfectly. You got to have the right two-step going, the right dance, the right song, and it'll click and start moving. Yeah.
And it's funny because when I started doing this, I did this just before I started doing this. Well, obviously I started playing before YouTube, but as soon as YouTube came on, all I saw was speedball videos. And I was like, I want to see more woods ball. So I created my channel. And, one of my first games is Red Dawn, which we played up in Canada in a winter game. I'm sure you guys in LA would love this. We played in minus 30-degree winter weather during a snowstorm.
That's a hard no for me.
and it was crazy because it was so cold. The ice would form on top of the snow, and the snow was like up to your knee. So every time you break through the ice, you go to the soft snow, but then you cut up your shins because there's ice on top of the snow.
Jeez.
And we had to march through that and battle with CO2 that would freeze. And the aqua pack on my back, the camelback that you call it now, literally froze as we were playing. It froze on my back.
How did you get any paint out of your gun?
Oh, it worked. I used a Tippmann A5 back then, and those things are like the AK-47s of paintball. Like,
for sure.
They could shoot in any condition, no matter what. So they were fine. It was amazing.
Gotcha. Crazy.
Yeah,
wow,
I know those Tippmanns don't break. They just keep going.
You gotta love Tippmann for that, man. Like that's why they're your beginner gun for so many people in the world, because they're foolproof. They're dumb-proof, right?
Yeah.
They work. I wouldn't clean mine until like 6-7 months when I had to. You know what I mean? Or take it to Tippmann and go, "What did you do to this thing?" And they pull like ants out of it and stuff, and and it's still work. You know what I mean? So it's like, but the markers we use now are so much more technically advanced. Like my die dam is like I clean it after every game, but it's a lot easier to do. But it's a whole different avenue.
They're more like a high-end car now, right? They work better than the old school cars, maybe, but you got to take care of them more too. They require a little more oil, a little more this, a little more that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is my Lamborghini, and my Tippmann over there is my Honda Civic. It's gonna run through everything.
Or maybe
that's the Hummer.
It's more like a Toyota, gonna last you a long time. Hondas are gonna
break
down on you, my man.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, the Tippmann, that was my first gun too. It's just indestructible. It's like the Hummer, you know, it just doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
Yeah, I have my first one over there. Her name is Nina Hartley, and
Nina.
she's Lassimir. That's my old school girl.
I love
and she
that.
still works to this day, baby.
Yeah.
I have very interesting name for my gun. I don't know if this is a family show, but you know.
Yeah,
we let it fly on here, brother. We let it fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, it's like it's a relationship, you know. It's a relationship that you have with your gun. It's like your girl, you know, or your guy if you're a lady or whatever, you know. It's like it's your relationship, and you got to build that relationship. You got to know your marker so you can make those shots.
Yeah, and it's weird because the one thing I've noticed, I don't know, sometimes the tournament scene is a little different because I see a lot of people like to resell their guns and like the next year gun and stuff like that. And where in the woods ball world, like all my markers have special stories to them and they have memories to them. And like this old phenom,
real
I
quick.
said that.
Hey, my man, sorry to cut you off real quick, but for all of our listeners, go to the YouTube channel and check out what Wolf's about to tell us about because he's got his gun collection behind him. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So yeah, real quick. Sorry to interrupt there, but
no, that's cool.
So that they
Wolf
understand where to
Paintball
go
on
see this.
YouTube.
Yeah,
thank you.
I like that.
But like this phenom, I mailed that down in pieces to the States, and one of my fans who actually painted military arms and stuff painted this for me and then mailed it back to me. Yeah, wow. And it's like that was huge for me. Like, oh my goodness, I was so honored. And that thing still shoots to this day perfect. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like, woo. All of these guns have stories and background, and like this thing with a rocket launcher is like a whole different story. Like, we get into it, bro.
Yeah, all those guns look so tight, dude. That's the one thing. Like, Scenario Paintball really captured my attention last year. I'm telling you, man, it really did. And I've always advocated people playing all kinds of the game. I guess I was a little bit of a hypocrite because I wasn't going out and playing any of these big scenario games myself, you know? I would go and play walk-ons in the woods, play for fun at the local rec field and stuff like that, but never really got into the big scenario games. And, dude.
But that's not your fault, though, because our schedules are so crazy.
Yeah, sure.
That it's hard for us to go and venture out in that different world. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one of the most educating things I've ever done is I met up with Ollie Lang and Ryan Greenspan one game. We're in Chicago and we're playing the same event. And the day before the big game, they did one of their clinics. And I went to film a bit of that clinic just to show woods ballers what it's like to be in a tournament clinic.
Of course.
But I learned tons of stuff myself.
Yeah.
Like they showed me little tips and tricks that even though I was playing, 15 years before that they showed me something that I never even thought about. How to hide behind certain bunkers and trees in a certain way not to get hit and how to peek out. You know what I mean? Like they showed me stuff. So you can learn from every aspect of the game. That's why you can never have a closed mind towards paintball because everything is a learning experience.
And those two dudes love woods ball too. Like they're huge proponents of all paintball like we are. They love playing the game no matter what. And I think I know which one you're talking about. That was like Clowns versus Zombies or something like that.
Yeah.
That was Paintball Explosion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well done. Holy, you're good. Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember one time, it was funny. I was playing, and me and Ryan, this is one of the first times me and Greenspan were playing together, and Ryan was asked to be a general. And we're in the green room. The green room is where, you go and get ready as a, quote, celebrity, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Ryan's going, okay, I'm ready. Ryan's going, okay, I'm ready. I'm pumped. And he goes, Wolf, what do I do?
Yeah.
He goes, what am I doing, man? Like, should I just go and shoot people, or do I have to do all like strategizing stuff, and like, do I have to tell people what to do? And I go, bro, just don't worry about it. You gotta EXO, talk to him, and they'll help you out and stuff. You're on the other team, so I'm not gonna help you out, but you'll be okay.
Wink, wink. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. He had the greatest time. Like he came out one time, and you ever see those inflatable dinosaurs you wear on your lower half? It looks like you're riding. Like he went out in the game in one of those.
Yeah.
And he was destroying people.
Oh God.
And
That's awesome.
We were giggling on the field as he was doing it because he's running around and he's pretending like he's riding it. It was funny. And it's like, but at the same time, like we were kind of serious, destroying people and taking over bases and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That was prehistoric. That was like prehistoric paintball he was playing.
Dude, what you just said, taking over bases, might be the most adrenaline I've ever experienced in paintball. So that scenario game I was talking about that I played last year, you got the least amount of points. I was obsessed with getting to the other team's base and tagging it because you got like 10 points. All the slapsticks were where you won the game. I was a bad general. All I wanted to do was take over their base. Dude,
it's part of it, right?
It's unbelievable. Me and one of the he's actually the owner of the field where we're at. He was on our team, so I had a little advantage because I got to. He was like, "Look, you don't really know what you're doing. I'm gonna at least be on your team so I can explain the different like paths and stuff." We probably spent 45 minutes to an hour walking through the trenches, crawling, trying to get behind everybody without getting noticed to get to their base.
Yes.
I didn't shoot one paintball for an hour, and it was the most intense experience that I've ever had in paintball. It was crazy. It was
that's
so
what I keep trying to tell people. I tell people that you can have all the whistles and the bells and the smoke grenades and the explosions, but what it comes down to, especially in the woods, is that it's all about the hunt.
Yeah.
I can spend 20 minutes crawling through underbrush just to get 10 feet close to the other team's general and take him out with a few paintballs, and I'll be happy. You know what I mean?
Love that. Yeah, that's cool.
Like it's so intense and it's so scary sometimes because I'll be crawling under these branches and I'll have team squads walk by me and I can see their armbands. I can hear them talking, making plans, and I'll let them go by so I can take out the teams who come behind them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally.
You know what I mean? And it is such a rush to do that because
talk about composure.
It's the patience is insane. Like, especially sometimes the crazy thing is sometimes I have like a fan or like a little kid and they'll come up and go, "Hey Wolf, can I play with you? Can I come with you?" And I'm like, of course you want to, teach them and stuff, right? Yeah. And I'll be like, "Okay, all right, come with me, but we have to be quiet and stuff." Yeah. And so you're crawling through them. I go, "Wow, this is so cool! I'm playing with Wolf. Wow, what's that over there? Wow, is that that guy? Should I shoot him?" I go, "Shh, quiet." You know what I mean?
You had Mickey Mouse with you.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was literally just gonna say you have Mickey Mouse with you.
Well, it happens all the time. And it's like they're so excited to do it, and it's like you gotta, we're trying to, stop the prey and stuff, and it's like. It's so fun. It's so fun.
It is. I know what you mean too, because like I love doing these big games and stuff like that. Scenario ball. It's like I said, it's how I started, and it just gives me so much more of a fire to play at all aspects of paintball. Like I just love paintball so much, no matter how you slice it. And we'll go out there, and you got the same thing. They're like, "All right, this kid's rolling with us," and then like you start pushing the boundaries. And then they get a little scared and you're like, "See ya." You're like, "Here we go." The job has to get done no matter what. So we got to keep pushing, and it gets crazy.
But one of the things that I really respect about the game, and people don't know this, but I have a Go Sports membership.
Uh-huh.
So is it Go Sports that shows all the tournaments? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But even though, I think I've been on there a couple times, but even though it's a tournament thing, I have the subscription just because I want to support the product.
Wow, what a man!
So I might not even watch it. 90% of the time, I don't watch because I'm always playing when you guys are playing, so I can't watch it live. But it's more about supporting the whole industry as opposed to just doing what I think I like to do. Sometimes even as a prize to one of my viewers, I'll give away my membership information so they can watch it at home for free for a weekend. And then I'll have to change my password and stuff after, but I'll do that as a giveaway because if I'm not watching it, someone should. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I when I do get to watch it, like I'll see you guys do your stuff and I'll see you guys work your magic, and I'm like, let me tell you, like I've seen both you guys do plays on there. I don't go, "Jesus, Murphy, that was good. You guys are good." You know what I mean? I'm like, and like Marcello, it's weird calling my ex-girlfriend was Italian.
Yeah.
And her brother's name was Marcello.
Yeah.
Marcello. And I was like, that's so Americanized to say it like that.
My grandma called me Marcello growing up. That was all she would call me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
so it's weird saying Marcelo, but I've seen you do plays, and I'm like, damn, that guy's good. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm also a huge Tyler fan because the
Thanks,
first time I saw you is when Marky, this is back in the day, he came off a bus. This is when he was Mr. H days.
Yeah.
And he came off a bus and he'd go, hey, it's a Mr. H. And I got a crazy interview. And then he came up to you and you were like a tiger onesie. And it was the most funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I was dying. And you're like, get down enough. And he goes, yeah, we're here. We're getting ready. And you were so hyped. And I was laughing my ass off. And I
love it.
This is the sport I want to be in. Even though I'm not playing with these guys, I know I'm in the right thing. You know what I mean? Because like both of you guys, like that inspired me to get my videos more crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, and there's like maybe 4 people on the planet who have the same weird energy level that I do. And it's, you know, Marky, that's you, Greg Hastings.
Oh yeah,
the
Red
guy
for
who makes
sure.
you feel lazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it's like I saw that energy and I'm like, you know what? I'm in the right game.
Dude, it's all love, baby. And we actually, I love that picture you put up on your Instagram. Go check out Wolf Paintball on his Instagram. He has a picture of us like side by side, like doing the war cry. And it's just so tight, man. I love that.
And that's always been my look. And it's always been my thing because it's people ask me why I do that. And I go, that's how I feel when I play the game. Yeah. And people come up to us and they ask for like a lot of pictures and stuff. Yeah. And so I always do it like that because I want them to look back in a picture and go, yeah, I met that guy. That was
passion.
Cool. And it's like,
big passion.
It's the passion and you feel it and you want them to feel it. And that energy is contagious. So when, you know, if your little kid comes by, you're like, Wolf, can I take a picture with you? Like, you know what I mean? And they're like, wow. Yeah. And the mom and dad would be like, wow, that's a cool picture. You know what I mean? And like, and even though we do this every week, that might be the 1 or 2 times they get to experience that in a whole year. So every single time we have to make it memorable for them.
Dude, I love that so much. And you have such passion, dude. Love that, dude.
Thank you, brother.
That's amazing. Yeah. Go ahead, Marshy.
No, I was just going to try to kind of jump back in a little bit to when you got started with the game and what, you know, inspired you to go down the scenario path and how that journey went. And I don't know, I'm probably going to ask some dumb questions, but like, are you on a scenario team or does it even work like that? Or are you a general that go, you know, you're going to have to fill us in on all that, but let's start with how you went down that path.
Yeah, it's interesting story. So I started playing back in the 90s and stuff like this. And I just started making a name for myself just because I was so crazy on the field and did a lot of crazy plays and did a lot of stuff. And I started taking, you know, a lot of pictures and posting them on websites before there was social media and everything like that, because I just wanted people to see all the cool gear and the guns and stuff like that. And then the first time I tried to film this stuff, I had a huge video recorder, VHS camera. That doesn't work very good on the paintball field. And then I started going little. No, oh my gosh, people have no idea. Yeah. And then I got this little Sony Snapchat camera thing and took that on the field to do videos, which was like 480p. That was high def back then. Yeah. So I played for like 6 years, 5-6 years before I even knew you could play paintball outside.
Whoa.
and then I got outside. I was like, whoa. So I started getting in all the camouflage gear, and you know, I got a Spider. Oh, actually, just found this my first semi-automatic with a Spider.
There it is.
Yeah, you still got it.
And,
the YouTube, get on there.
This is not my original one, but this is the same style. And I went and bought. I was tactical from day one. Yeah. So I went and bought a flashlight and I duct taped it on there. Yeah. And I bought a laser pointer, and that's when they were the size of pens, and they're like $150 back then. Yeah. And I duct taped it on there, and I was going pew 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 pew. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just started garnering attention and getting noticed and doing my thing. Then I started writing for magazines. I started writing for Action Pursuit Games.
Nice.
Whoa.
Jungle. I wrote for a couple of different magazines. Started doing product reviews, stuff like that. Started doing the YouTube videos. Starting, looking at my own guns, breaking them down for people. I was one of the first guys to do the Tippmann pistol, and then you ask about teams. So one of the hard things about doing what we do is that you have the cliche that says it's lonely at the top.
Yeah.
And it's for this game, it was like I've been on a couple different teams, honorary member, and things got tricky because when you're on certain teams, feelings start to get involved, and politics. It's not like tournament paintball where that synergy gets you championship wins and stuff like that. But you still have drama on tournament teams, of course.
Yeah.
But I was on a team, and they're very cool with me, and they supported me in a great way. And then, the Dice sponsorship came along, and then certain people started getting feelings, and they were like, oh, Wolf thinks he's all bad. And he's, you know what I mean? I'm like, and if you ever met me in person, I'm the most humble dude you could ever, it's kind of hypocritical to say how humble you are, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
dude, real quick, even like you and I've reached out to you a few times over the last couple of years. You've always been just an awesome dude, and genuine and to the core. You care about the game, you have fun with it, and you're awesome. So
I love the game, and it's weird because I don't think I could be where I am now if I was a part of a larger team, because like I said, it's very hard. Sometimes Michael Jackson had to leave Jackson 5 to get this done, and it's
to get the Thriller. You
got to get that Thriller album, brother. You got to get that Thriller album, and it's like it's very hard because I don't have a lot of friends in regular life because I work in a whole different world outside of paintball also. So a lot of teams are like friends outside of paintball too. Yeah. So when I was on that team, they lived in a whole different city, and they would be getting together every weekend and doing barbecues with the family and stuff. And I'm out here, running businesses and making music videos and doing a whole different type of lifestyle. So I wasn't necessarily a friend. I was like part of the team. Yeah. And then just for me to rise, I was kicked off the team. Yeah. I was kicked off the team. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you know what? You're more about you and you're not about the team. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to fight you on this. I'm not going to get upset. I was upset. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to let them be Tito and I'll be Michael and I'll do my own
There we
thing.
go.
And I just turned the negative into bad. And you asked me, let's get personal for a second. Let's talk about Wolf. And it's like, when I started playing paintball, I was overweight. I was married, had 2 kids. I was running 260 something pounds. I was doing the golf thing. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing in that corporate world and as a married guy. You know what I mean?
In quotes, as he puts it.
Yeah.
What I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. And then, long story short, my wife took off. She wanted something different. That destroyed me. I was devastated. I was dark, deep depression. I was single dad of a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I was like, I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I thought I was going to lose all my money. Thought I was going to lose everything. And I went into this weird thing where, like, have you seen that movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch that trailer, he's running on that treadmill by himself. He's the only one left in the world. He's just in his basement. He's with his dog. He's work on it and stuff. And that's what I became for a while. And I just became this weird introvert thing.
You became the wolf.
Wolf really came out. And I had my friend Jenny Coco, beautiful, wonderful girl. She came and she literally hit me. She went, and she was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wolf, snap out of this. look at you. You lost like 100 pounds. You're sexy as fuck. Go out there and do something with this. And then if you look at my videos, that's when everything changed. I did a video with world's smallest paintball gun. Yeah. And I had one of the video models I work with wear a tiny little bikini beside me in the video. and I just went from there, and I brought bikini models on this YouTube show. I had guns. I was like the Dan Bilzerian of paintball. Models and paintball guns. And I just went with it. And I just had fun. I didn't care about what anybody said. Forget all the political correctness. I just had fun. I was out there, doing, I just did it all. And that's when I started to blow up, and I started really enjoying life again. And then paintball literally saved my life.
Beautiful. Literally. And when did you start your YouTube channel? What year was that?
About 2005 or 6, I think.
Wow.
Maybe 7. Yeah. Back in the day. Well, it's not really back in the day, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, you've been building it for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's like, I've got like, I think about 11 million views on it right now. And it's like.
Beautiful.
Literally every game I go to, I have either an old player or a new player come up and say, hey, your videos is what got me into paintball. And
I love that.
That's everything I want. That's all I need, is to get new people in the game.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's funny because I'll be around normal people and I'll we'll be like driving and then I'll be recognized in a mall or at a McDonald's restaurant, and some kid, hey, are you Wolf? Holy smokes, you're here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's the coolest feeling in the world. And it's like, and then people ask you, like, what is this paintball stuff? It's like, I thought this was a kid's game. And I just tell them, this is like every other sport. You start playing as a kid, and then you just keep building and going up and higher in echelons. And it's like, it's a shame because nobody knows what paintball is still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows. It's like we are pretty popular in the game, and you go to any paintball game, people are gonna know who we are. And I'm not bragging or anything. I'm just saying. But it's like being a famous bowler.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you leave the bowling alley, you're just some other dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like
I kind of like that sometimes, though. To be honest, it's really cool. Like you get to live like a normal life, and then when you step into the paintball world, you get this little bit of a platform that you get to inspire people with, which is great. There's times where I think of like some of these celebrities, man. I don't know if I'd want to do it. It'd be crazy. It's a lot of responsibility for one, and it's definitely a lot of pressure. But no, you're right. You're right. You definitely, once you leave the bowling alley.
Yeah.
One of my other jobs is that I work with my brother. His name is Black Lion. I'm Wolf.
Nice.
And we work with a video named Director X, or he's also known as Little X.
Yeah.
And he's done, Puff Daddy's videos. He's done Usher's videos. He's done Drake's videos.
Yeah.
All of Drake's videos that have gone platinum, he's done.
Wow.
Hell yeah, fucking right. He's done the one with the little dance, and you know the dance. And
the Tootsie Slide.
Tootsie Slide.
Yeah. No. Before that one, he did the video, the huge. I'm not thinking of names right now because I'm in my paintball head. I'm not on my music head. And you'll see me in some of these videos. Like if you look at the music video for Started From the Bottom.
No way.
We have you see like the guys dancing in a line, and Drake is dancing down the middle of the line. Yeah. You'll see me dancing on the side in all black but a camouflage hat. Yeah, if you look at that video. So really cool. And so I'm around like really famous people.
Yeah.
And so I totally understand what you're saying when it's cool that we can go outside and do normal stuff because and when we get hate from people for whatever reason, like I see real hate. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've been in a room where certain rap artists have gotten shot at, and I've seen some messed up stuff. Like that's real hate. I'll get a couple of guys here on Facebook who hate their lives and jealous of what Wolf does, but I've seen real fame hate that we don't have to deal with. You know what I mean? So we get the best of both worlds, kind of. You know what I mean? So I can't complain about anything. All that negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then occasionally I'll be at like In-N-Out or something, and someone's like, "Oh, shit, dude, you're Marcelo. You play for Dynasty. What? I'm like, oh, that's so cool, you know. But you know, still don't get a free burger or anything like that. I'm like, damn, dude.
Get him with some fries. Come on,
man. Come on, man. What about a milkshake, dude? Come on.
It is. It's humbling when that happens, man. You're like, wow, I can't believe that. You know, like I'll be going to practice in San Diego, and this kid was wearing a Dynasty shirt in the airport, and like noticed me, and I was like, this is crazy. We took a picture and everything. Yeah. It's just insanity. Dope. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's really fun.
It's beautiful, and it's funny because I've actually been invited to go to schools and talk about paintball on career days.
No way.
Stuff. Yeah, cool. And I'm like, it's pretty cool because I'll go there in all my gear and everything. And it's funny that I remember going to my daughter's school when she was in like grade 7 and stuff like that, and she goes, she felt bad because there were like 8 parents there, and there was a lineup for my career day presentation. like it was like kids like friggin' were fighting over spots to get in, and the other one was like a guy who owned a music studio.
Yeah, and they're like, hold on, this guy does paintball? Let's get in there.
Yeah, and it was hilarious because the others were like doctors and lawyers and physicians and like some serious careers. You know what I mean? And I'm like, everyone's lined up for the paintball guy. I was like, okay, that's dope.
They're like, we've heard those stories before. Let's get busy. So I want to kind of dip. I know we're gonna get back into your story. I want to like elaborate on outside of paintball. You said you work in like the music industry. So what do you do in there?
So I've taken a back seat right now because of paintball.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a marketing company, and we did again, we did videos with Director X and other directors like Benny Boom, a couple of Hype Williams videos. So all awesome. Missy Elliott videos, stuff like that. I've been on sets and everything.
Wow. That's cool.
We also did player parties. I'm thinking paintball again. We also did celebrity parties.
Yeah, it's a player party. They still players in there.
So after Jay-Z had a concert, we would organize his after party and do that. So one day I was driving around with Alicia Keys in my car, and we were talking about it, and she saw my
I used to be in love with Alicia Keys.
Oh, she's so cool.
God, dude, what an angel. so cool. Talented.
She's so cool. Dude.
Yeah. Back there. Love her.
It's cool because I get to see her practice and stuff, and part of her concert was she would go on the grand piano, lay down it all sexy and everything in heels. And then she'd start playing Beethoven on the piano like this. I was like, wow, that was dope. You know what I mean? So I've gotten to meet Maxwell and Jay-Z, and I've been in the room as Puff Daddy or Diddy, and talked about stuff, and it's so crazy.
It is. That's amazing, dude. I love that.
But I'm also a landlord. I own a couple of buildings, and I have a hair and weave and wig shop. That's a family-owned business. So
there we go.
The guy with no hair sells hair for a living too.
Hey, it's a crucial market space. You know what I'm saying? It's crucial.
And on top of that, I travel the world and play paintball and show the world what we do.
Dude, that's amazing, man. What a pioneer. And seriously.
Single dad of a 16 and 14-year-old. So that's why I was laughing when I hear people say, well, they're busy. Because they have no idea what busy is. But, it is. I'm blessed to do what I do. I can never complain.
Yeah, man. And you're a true legend of the game in, so many aspects. And we appreciate you so much for being on here telling these stories, dude. That's insane. I had no clue that you were rubbing elbows with those kind of people.
Yeah, me neither. That's wild.
I have this rule where I call it the 70-30 rule. Whereas when I go online, I only talk about 30% of my life.
Yeah.
I only talk about paintball and maybe a couple other, but I never let people in to the real personal stuff, because it's just the way, you keep your sanity, you keep things private. I learned that I heard that from Denzel Washington once. I didn't meet him. I just heard that. How to do that with your life, because if you you give too much, people will take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I've got haters on wherever, and they'll post up negative things about me and stuff, and I'll hear the funniest rumors about myself, and it is awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting.
Like I'll hear things like, "Oh, geez, I saw a wolf and he was drunk at the game and he was getting all these kids wired." And they go, most people don't even know that I've never tasted alcohol in my life.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
like,
Wow, never, huh? My goodness.
Never even. I got drunk off of cough syrup once. That's about it.
Okay.
I like that move. That's a good move.
And the story behind that is that I started training in martial arts when I was 9 or 10 in Shaolin Kung Fu. And my hero in life is Kwai Shen King. So the guy from the old TV show Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be a Shaolin monk from when I was a kid. So
Whoa.
that's why I meditate all the time. That's why I'm always namaste.
Yeah.
I'm very about that peaceful life and that warrior spirit. But
yes.
you know, I've never drank any type of alcohol. I've never smoked. Tried a cigar a couple of times, but that was just to look cool. But
yeah.
That's why it's funny. You know, I mean, my only real weakness is women, but that's a whole different story. But that's why it's funny I'll hear rumors about myself, and then Wolf only plays on like 50 grand a game, and he gets drunk in the fields, and this and I will never confront the rumors. I just let them fly.
No.
Because that's how you know who the real people are.
Yeah, there's a very fine line with letting people in enough so they can relate and making sure that you still have enough of your own personal life to, like you said, keep your sanity. It's something I'm sure majority of people that ever get any sort of spotlight struggle with, right? How much do I let people in? I know personally I battle with it all the time. Part of me says, dude, let people see everything, because all of your struggles, all of your failures, all that stuff is going to potentially help somebody. They can relate to that. And then I see the other side of it where I'm like, okay, they're starting to weaponize my truths against me, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? This isn't fair. But you got to try to ignore the haters, man, because at the end of the day, like if you can stand on solid ground and you are comfortable in your own skin with the things that you're doing, you feel like you act with integrity and have a good moral compass, then really the haters don't matter, right? And by, this version of natural selection will weed them out. Like, who cares? More people will relate to you than not relate to you.
Exactly.
That's the hope, at least, Yeah.
Well, that's the hope. And it's funny. It's like sponsorships in paintball. Like a lot of people don't understand how that works. And you'll see like people get jealous and stuff. And it's like, geez, what is that guy getting free stuff? And it's like, well, they don't understand that it's a job. They don't understand that our purpose is help to build these brands. And it's a whole transference of energy, and it's a business decision, right? And it's like, well, geez, Wolf is just in it for the money. He gets to travel around for free, and I got to do this and that. It's like, bro, this is not by accident. Like I didn't plan for this, but if you're in demand, these things happen. That's how the industry works, right?
You built a business. You are your business.
Exactly, and it's funny because. People think, he's just in it to get famous and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, I didn't know sponsorships existed for the first 10 years of my paintball career. I didn't even know, they have all come to me. I've never gone and reached out for any. You know what I mean? So it's not like I got into it for that reason. But at the same time, like, I remember one year back in the day before I had decent sponsorship, I spent like 70 grand in 1 year traveling for paintball.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? But people don't see that aspect. They only see the glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
They don't see how you got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a very tricky thing, and you can never satisfy everybody.
No, that's it. You just gotta, stay focused on the mission at hand. And we know the truth. We all know the truth of what's actually going on. So that's all that matters. Let the people talk. They're going to do what they're going to do.
That goes with anything in life too. I see a lot of people, Tyler and I have talked about this before. I think even on the show, actually, if you have something that you really believe in and you feel like you are doing right by your moral compass and your own standards that you set out for yourself, pursue it to the fullest, and don't let people that don't share the vision or see your dream hold you back. Because at the end of the day, it often comes from a place of discontent with themselves or jealousy. Right. And so to listen to those critiques don't make sense in the first place. It's a shaky basis. The entire thing doesn't make sense to listen to those kind of negative comments, and it's out there. It's always going to be out there no matter what you do. So again, if you find something that you love, that you want to pursue, and you think that you are, not harming people along the way, then dude, do it, do it. And don't listen to the bullshit.
Most def. And but it's funny though, because we are human, and we, once in a while you do hear stuff, and it does bug you. And
For sure.
Dude, and I saw this guy online. He goes, "Geez, Wolf stages all his videos." And I go, "What?" And I'm like, I have like over 400 action videos of me in the bush getting shot in the face. Like,
I don't
why
know.
would I stage that?
They look pretty staged to me.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, if I could stage that, I would be working with friggin' Spielberg and those
Hollywood.
guys, because I would be good. Like, no, I was like, it's funny because all of my phones, I get my phones. You probably can't see that. All of my phones get cracked literally every game because I take my phones out and I show people in-game footage while it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you guys can't do that because it's a whole different area, but
sure.
I'll be in a firefight and I'll see a tree branch and I'll put my phone up on the tree, click on Instagram Live or click on Facebook Live and watch, let people feel the action and hear the smoke, see me set up a smoke grenade, throw it out, everything like that. Boom, my phone gets hit, it's cracked in a million pieces. And the Apple Store knows me by first name. Oh, here comes the first one, that paintball player again.
Yeah.
And I do that everything. And it's like, and then, but like I said, no matter what you do, if people don't like you, they will never like you no matter what you do. So you never try and prove them otherwise. And it's a director friend told me this. He goes to me, why would you, if you don't have time to give the attention to everyone you love, like if you can't reply to every single email of people who love you, why would you take any of that time to put towards negative people?
Mm-hmm.
Use all of that for positive and just don't worry about the negative. Will never last. Yeah. And I've seen it time and time again. All those guys who like complain about stuff, they don't last in the game because they don't love it. Yeah. Plain and simple.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Yeah, you can't even give any energy away to that. It doesn't deserve any of that energy. You just hold on tight, stay focused on your mission, and you're going to make it,
Yeah, and actually, like what you do, Wolf, you kind of alluded to this earlier about sponsorship in on scenario teams is a little difficult. You're one of the few. I mean, Reaper is another one, promotes himself pretty well. I think he probably gets, a little bit of sponsorship, stuff like that. And maybe we're just not privy or savvy of the professional scenario paintball players, but I feel like we could count you guys on one hand that get these kind of sponsorships, get, travel covered, get paid. I actually don't even know the extent of your deal, and that's up to you if you want to share, but you guys are the celebrities of scenario paintball. And I feel like, again, you could count on one hand how many there are.
Yeah. It is tricky, but I can't, like, it's like, for instance, I have a few sponsorships, and I was very blessed because in 2013, Dye approached me when they were coming out with their first Milsim marker, the Dye Dam, and I was like, and that got a lot of woods ballers upset because they thought I was selling out. Yeah. I was like, and I was like, it's hilarious when people use that phrase, but
right, like as if you're selling some crazy deal.
Like, no idea.
Yeah,
but I'm very blessed in that. Why I did it was that because it exposed me to a whole different world of the speedball market. So a lot of speedballers who didn't know about Wolf and the scenario side were like, look at this guy. And where I was able to take Dye to this demographic of which they weren't appreciated in and say, look at this new woods ball mag-fed marker, and I got to help them with that. And it's like, people don't know that you have to be able to market yourself in a way that benefits you and your client. And I get some very cool non-paintball clients, like Original SWAT, who makes my boots. And they're like a military first responder company. Nice. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, and so, that's rad.
And I get to show them, I expose them, and they give me a Wolf discount, and I give that discounts to my fans, and you buy a whole bunch of product. And then that, not only, it's really important to have non-paintball sponsors because that helps huge with PR for paintball. And a lot of people don't see that. They don't see the big picture. Like a lot of guys have limited vision where they're like, oh, you're just in it for the free stuff. And I'm like, dude, I make pretty good money. I don't need the free stuff. Yeah. But at the same time, if I can help promote the game and at the same time not go broke,
Yeah.
it works out for both of us. And it's like, even down to my camera who makes the company that makes my cameras, like Drift,
Yeah.
they make, this is the older one, but you know, they give me free cameras to go and film what I do. And I'm like, that's dope. But I make sure that they promote paintball as well as me promoting them.
Yeah.
I want it to be a two-way street, so that I wanted, because they should be promoting us like Original SWAT. Even though they have hardcore military and police on their page, they'll still post this paintballer on there.
Nice.
And then I'll get emails from people from that page saying, hey, what kind of paintball marker is that? I thought they just had those things on top of them. I go, no, this is MagFed. And then I'll have the military guys and police guys come out to games and stuff like that. So it's people don't see that aspect of it. They don't see the business thing. And it's like, oh, Wolf is just in it for the free stuff. I go, no, dude. When a field brings me out to their game, I want to make sure that they get the best advertising possible. I make trailers for games. Mm-hmm. I make it exciting. I make it huge. I use my demographic, my fan base, to let them know what's happening. Like when I did Living Legends trailers, I used to do them like movie trailers, like really corny, theatrical trailers. Like I'd be out in the woods digging up my stuff like I was an old, and it was like, we did one game.
Your page has made me excited about Scenario Paintball, you know, like straight up. So no, like you keep doing it, my man, you know?
Thank you. And it's like, people don't get that. That's why I'm in demand, because I make people want to do it. It's not about, hey, we're going to go play this game and we're going to go this and this one. No, I'm like, this is about Escape from New York. I went and got the Duke hat and I got the Duke earring and I made a whole thing and I did like CGI and made it look like I was trying to hunt out Snake Plissken. And then people were like, oh my God, I have to be at this game. You know what I mean? So
totally.
It's a job, but it's not a job because I love it so much, but it takes work, man. I don't just, sit around and take a sponsorship and go, here's this and let's go play. No, I'm pumping people.
Yeah,
that sounds.
You're
weird.
Working hard. You're working hard to.
I'm pumping people.
You're working extremely hard, and you care about your sponsor, and that shows in everything you do. And you're cross promoting, and you're bringing new people into the sport. And you're broadcasting this whole message of paintball to people that might never have heard it before. So it's an amazing thing that you do.
Well, I'm trying, and I appreciate that. And I'm like, it's funny because if people don't like the style that I play, I show them your style. And I'm like, we have two sides. There's more than two sides, but it's basically two woods ball and tournament, right? And it's like it's when I did the tournament, the classroom production, I actually put together a couple of different videos that showed kids different sides of paintball, and they had no clue. You know what I mean? And it's like even though I just play the one, I like to promote all of it because I love all of it equally. It's like my kids.
That's right.
I don't like one more than the other.
And that's why we started this show too, for that message right there, for the love of paintball, man. That's what it's all about. Marcelo and I, we talk about that all the time. It's paintball, culture, self-empowerment, and just boosting, man. Let's take paintball all the way through.
It's like Jay-Z says, it's all about the culture, man.
That's it.
But the thing is, I'm afraid because it's the industry is so negative on certain parts online. And I'm really trying to get some new kids into what we do and into making videos and into promoting the game. And it's like, it's hard enough to get new kids in it because all the kids are playing games right now and no one can go outside. But I have a show on my channel called Top 5 Kills. And I show the best kills from all over the world. And you gotta send the footage sometime, but I put on the top 5 kills from around the world, and I promote the people's YouTube pages who make it and everything.
Oh, wow.
And it's like,
cool.
Yeah. And we need new content creators in the game. Like,
that's true.
Young kids, the 14 to 18-year-olds to get into it. And because I'm getting old, bro. You guys are getting old too. And it's like, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like we're all I'm watching all you guys and you guys becoming dads. I watch Mark become a dad, Marky become a dad, and I watch Greenspan become a dad. And it's like, our lives are changing in that we're not going to be able to do this as crazy as we are.
Yeah.
Like I'm working my ass off in the gym and in fields, so because all these 20-year-olds want to come and kill me in the field.
You had one of the coolest. You had one of the coolest paintball workout videos that I've ever seen. You're in all of your gear, tactical gear, running on the treadmill during quarantine. I was like, yes, dude. Yes.
With toilet paper on your side, like, you know, because it was when toilet paper was like a rare thing, and you had some, and you're like, I got the bag, you know what I mean?
Bro, that was amazing.
That thing went viral too. That thing went viral on, and it went viral on military sites too.
Yeah,
like a lot of military, like but that's the thing.
Creativity.
Overnight, I got like 10,000 something emails from people who've never played paintball before, asking, "Where do I play that type of paintball?"
10,000.
Like, I get 10,000 overnight just from making that silliness.
Whoa!
Wow.
And I'm like, that's what you got to do. We got to do things to.
You're so creative, man.
Do.
So creative.
Try. I get inspired. I get inspired by you guys. I get inspired by Marquis. I get inspired by social. I see movies, and I'm like, man, I like we're in the works of some stuff that I can't talk about, but we're trying to get some paintball.
What is it? What do we got?
I can't get into it. But on small screen and big screen, we've got some stuff.
You and Drake in a one-on-one.
He doesn't want
it.
No, but if you look back,
but it's close.
There was
cool.
There's a video from a few years ago was Kevin Hart versus Drake.
Yeah.
In
Kevin
paintball?
Hart if you look it up, Kevin Hart versus Drake, and Kevin Hart plays paintball, and he brought Drake's crew out, and they went to battle it out in the field, and he added a whole bunch of explosions and stuff like that.
How is this not everywhere? How do I not know about this video?
It's huge. It's huge, and like I'm trying to get a part 2 happening, but both of their schedules are so insane right now. It's hard, but it's like things are in the works, and I want to try and just like get this game out there because it pisses me off that people don't know what paintball is.
Yeah.
To no end, and I don't know why. I take it personal.
Yeah.
It's like, how could you not know? There's like massive tournaments happening in Vegas and Texas, or there's like a game of 4,000 people in Pennsylvania where we have literal paintball tanks and rocket launchers and smoke grenades, and it's like, or we have like a real Nuketown from Call of Duty in paintball explosion. You know what I mean? Like everybody should know about this, but it's weird because it's not just paintball. It's a lot of outdoor games that are have slowed down and stuff, right? So
it's been crazy with the COVID thing. It's been, obviously a wild year. How's everything in your area? Are you hanging in there with everything like that?
It's crazy because in Toronto the numbers have gone down significantly.
Good.
And that's because we've been extremely safe and everything. Yeah. But now, things have started rising in Florida and Texas, and now they don't want to let Americans into the country.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh my God, things are topsy-turvy right now. So it's like my travel thing has stalled because if I go to the States or if I go out of the country, I have to quarantine myself for 2 weeks and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's so weird because normally I'm knee deep in stuff, right? And it's like, but it is.
I know.
We adapt.
It's been crazy.
We'll come out of this fine.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
And you guys are doing this. I love what you're doing. Keep it up, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun connecting with everyone. Absolutely. It's been great.
So, Wolf, what's some of the craziest places you've gone for a scenario played? Have you gone to Europe to do that? Australia, any other continents, or is it mostly North America that has those big scenario games? I don't even know.
Geez, you have no idea. There is a lot of amazing fields in Canada and America. I gotta say, the Russian footage I get is simply astounding.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. It's sad because lawyers control North America. Yeah. So it's all about keeping people safe. And, there's even certain fields who don't like first strike rounds. Do you know what first strike rounds are?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, and it's like down in the States, there's a lot of that where, you can't use tanks or first strike rounds. Like the lawyers and insurance companies are are just really trying to control the game. But, I get invitations. I was supposed to go to Russia this year, but COVID killed that.
Oh, man.
In Russia, they have games, and in Germany, with real military tanks on the field. Real stuff. And they have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they do that in Germany. Euro big game is massive over there. And it's hilarious because they have strippers in their cleaning stations when you go to get paint taken off you.
Oh, now we know why they're all out there, huh?
Yeah.
Dude,
wait, the strippers
funny.
don't take the paint off you, or what? Are they the ones that take the paint off you?
They take the paint off you like medics do when you're in a big game.
Yeah, wow.
They clean you up, get you nice and clean.
And then they have a show at night on stage with the strippers and stuff. And it's funny because we like to think of ourselves as, the home of the free type of thing.
Yeah.
Those kids are really free. You know what I mean?
That's as free as it gets right there.
And then there's another game that takes place in Croatia where they boat you. You have to go in on boat and you jump off the boat, and the entire island is reserved for playing paintball on.
No. Oh man.
Yeah, like you have to run in through the water, shooting as they're shooting at you coming off the beach and stuff.
You're kidding me. What?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a game in Croatia, and it's legit.
Hey, have you been to that one in Croatia?
That one I haven't been to.
Okay, that sounds insane. We need to go. Let's put the three of us on a team and get
there we go.
Bro. But again,
get that on YouTube.
There's also amazing games here, like I said, PRZ in Ontario is an abandoned hospital where a lot of that battle takes close quarters combat inside the rooms. You're going around room clearing, kicking down doors, looking around corners. You're having firefights in a hallway.
Yeah.
A regular hallway, peeking out of doors, and then you have to jumping out of windows. Then they allow some snipers on the rooftop, which is like 4 stories high, shooting down with first strike rounds that they're trying to get into buildings and stuff.
Wow.
Flashbangs being thrown into rooms and everything.
Holy moly! So you guys got flashbangs out there? Oh,
so yeah. But and then one of my sponsors, which is Enola Gay smoke grenades.
Yeah.
They now make grenades which literally boom and sends out paint.
Nice.
And they're really loud too. It's such
Dude, just start blowing.
It's such a beautiful feeling. Because it's funny, if you look on my last Wolf top 5 kills, there's a guy who takes a smoke grenade, pulls a pin, and goes, Kobe, and he throws it. And a few seconds later, you hear boom, and you see a guy walking out with his hands up. And it's hilarious.
Dude.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. And it's like
that's crazy.
It's paintball explosion. Like we had 1,000 people playing on Nuketown, which is a tiny little map, and they were shooting it so hard that you could not hear inside because there's so many paintballs hitting the walls and everything.
For sure.
Crazy.
Living Legends, over 1 million paintballs shot during the final battle.
Whoa.
Half an hour because you have 2,000 people going at it. You know what I mean? And it's like one of the cool things back in the day, Living Legends used to be held at the same time as one of the tournaments in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, and so sometimes you guys would come over to our side when you're done playing over there.
Yeah,
that's
right. In the woods. I met a lot of guys like that doing that. And it's
dude, I remember that tournament. Yeah,
me too.
That
was a lot of fun. When you cross both worlds like that, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Well,
because
it would be so cool to have some kind of big event where like the pro guys play like one regular tournament style match against somebody. Another game is this big scenario game in the woods. Another field you've got hyperball. Like just a paintball tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've talked about that for sure. We got to get like a big hodgepodge, all the different styles playing at one time. That'd be crazy.
And believe it or not, I've never done a tournament.
Oh wow! That was something I was interested in. Okay.
I played on a speedball field once. It was all right, but I've never done a tournament like ever.
Interesting.
And
so
it's not because I have anything against it or anything, but again, like I said, it's just not my style. Like I'm more of, I'd rather crawl through the tall grass in a swamp and get that stalk, that hunt going. But and it's funny because I'll hear people say, the woods ball isn't as fast paced and everything. I go, bro, come and play with me. I'll show you some fast-paced stuff.
We'll take you on a ride. Yeah,
exactly. But again, I can totally. I would have to, like, I have a Dye M3 that I could take because my big bulky gun would not really be very efficient on a tournament field. But
Yeah.
I'm, you know, it'd be fun to do a 1v1 versus one of you guys, and
that'd be crazy.
Let's
get
make it
destroyed
happen,
just for the heck of it.
Look, I'll tell you what. You don't want to play Tyler. You'll have a better chance against me. So
that's not true, man. I always say, I'm always like, they all got guns. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a gun. We all got an opportunity to make that shot. You know?
Yes. Well, it's funny because one of the things. It's funny because you'll see kids come to the field and they'll be intimidated by some of the real hardcore looking guys. I go, never, ever worry about that. It's never about the gun. It's about the person behind it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of guys go out and buy really expensive markers and gear and not have the skill set to get behind it.
That's right.
I mean,
it's the paintball knowledge. You got to have that.
Yes. It's the knowledge and the spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times where I've seen renters take over bunkers that I would not try and go at. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, sometimes we call them cannon fodder, but at the same time, they're doing it. You know what I mean? It's like they're at that stage where they have no fear and they don't realize what can happen when you run into a building full of the other guys.
Man.
It works sometimes.
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid, you're just way more fearless because you don't know the repercussions of things. You know, you're like,
Until you get shot 100 times.
Oh my God, dude! Even in my last video, I was like shooting in a bus and stuff, and I just got lit up in the head and the face, goggles.
Yeah.
and it just went like that. And I go hit, and you see me in the video. I just gotta take a knee, and I go, Jesus God, oh my God. You know, so it's like you never get used to it. You never get used to it.
Yeah. What's like the biggest thrill for you doing scenario paintball? Like, what gets you the most on fire when you're out there?
Wow.
Is it the connection with the people, or is it like the different battles, or what is it?
It's two things. It's meeting people, meeting fans, and them giving me their stories off the field. And just getting into a major kick-ass firefight where there's smoke grenades being thrown and bunkers being exploded and you can't breathe and then you see them coming through the smoke at you and you just unload on like 50 guys at the same time. And it's like, it's hard to choose between those because I've had people come up to me in staging areas or see me unpack at the car and they're like, hey, I was going through chemo and I was watching your videos while I was laying in bed, and that got me wanting to do physio and get back out there. And I just watched all of your videos in a row, and that made me want to play harder. Or I just went through a huge divorce, and I have nothing left. All I got is paintball, and I watched your videos, and I heard of your struggle going through your divorce, and it made me realize I can do better. And it's like those two things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Touches your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I will listen to I will never turn down a picture and I'll never turn down a story.
Yeah.
No matter what I'm doing, because, you know, that's part of it. That experience, that human contact is everything.
Yeah, totally, man. It's all about that connection with the community, for the culture, for the people, the industry, and just supporting the game. That's all love for paintball right there.
Yeah. And it's
paintball, you know?
Yeah.
It's humbling because I'll have like guys like you who approach me and tell me you like my stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's such an honor. And then I'll have, you know, like Bob Guernsey, when he rest in peace, came up to me and said, I love your stuff. And
Beautiful.
And just like I'm not gonna remember half the names now because my brain's messed up. But like I've had Tom Cole, and when you know, when they created Immortal Air and they said they want me to be one of the first sponsors, and Dan Colby, and like you know, huge names in industry, and like I'm like, you know, legends, icons, and they're like, they know who I am, and I'm like, wow, that blows me away. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it just makes me want to work harder.
Yeah, and you've always been in your lane of doing scenario, and you stayed focused to what you wanted to do. You started your own business, your brand, and you've built a powerhouse name for yourself in the industry, which is amazing, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Really cool.
It doesn't feel like work, but it can get hard sometimes, man. Like you get down, and it's like sometimes you get in those ruts, but you know, I look at old footage of me playing and go, wow, I love this. Let's edit. Let's go again.
Heck yeah, dude, I love that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, 100%, man. And it's so funny too, because as different as the sides of the sport that we play are, there's so many similarities in everything that you're saying. I'm easily able to relate. I'm sure Tyler is too. It's like the work and the process is something that we love, and you did just mention game footage. Do you watch film to improve your skill? Do you watch like your own third person stuff, or do you guys have, for us, we obviously have Go Sports, right? So we can go back and watch our matches. So these big scenario games, do you have anything like that you could go back and critique yourself on?
No, not really, but I watch my own footage and I see where I mess up.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm like, yeah, I probably should not have gone through that bunker when I should have. Like, it's hilarious because I get backlogged with my games, and so sometimes I won't see footage until like a couple of months after. And I tell people, every time you get hit at a game, it's a learning experience. Mm-hmm. I never get hit in the same way twice. Mm-hmm. Because
there you go.
Always
right.
You learn from every single mistake you make, and there's a multitude of mistakes you can make. So it's like, it's funny. I'll see myself on other channels and stuff, and I'll go, wow, my ass is really exposed behind that bunker.
Oh, gotcha.
You know
okay.
I mean?
Like, totally, man.
But it's when I edit my own stuff and I watch, like, because I'll have to go through like 7 hours of video. Jeez. And I'm like, and I cut that down because Lord knows, people don't have an attention span to watch all that. And I'm like, but I'll see little things that I could have done better, or the branch I shouldn't have moved, or you know what I mean? And it's like, or I can hear one of my pods or magazines that are not completely full and it's shaking, and I'm giving my position away. You know what I mean? Like, it's tiny little things like that. And and I teach on every show that I do. I teach people how to play. So I'll be like, okay, if you're going through the woods, never just walk and go through it. Never use a pathway, because that's a clear lane of where people can shoot you down. Go through the thick stuff, because that's where not everyone's going. And when you're walking, walk from tree to tree. So if I'm walking, I'm never walking in a straight line. I'm walking from one tree, and then I see a birch. I'm walking to that tree. I see a tree that's laid down. So if I do get shot at, I've got immediate cover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you teach, you learn a lot more.
Oh, of course.
Just telling you, you know what I mean?
Totally.
So every game I'm teaching, and I'm teaching. And when if you're shooting, it's just like Call of Duty. If you're shooting with a magazine of 20 rounds and you're a firefight and you shot someone out, just change it out and put in a full mag before you get into another firefight. Don't try and keep count of that old magazine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the more you teach people, the more that memory comes back to you, and you're reteaching yourself that old stuff, and it gets you better.
How long does it take you to change a magazine? You do that in like 4 seconds, 5 seconds? It's a pretty quick kind of thing, or what?
Like 2 seconds.
2 seconds? Yeah. Okay, so it's not a major deal.
Yeah.
Just boom, boom.
It's I don't know if you watch any of that.
It's just like a real gun.
It's like a real gun. You boom, boom, go.
Yeah.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So.
And then one thing I'm curious about is, because when we get ready for tournaments, we have a field layout that gets released a couple weeks before, for the most part. Some fields, right?
You're gonna be lucky to have that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. You have to like draw it, but you know what you have, and this is kind of my question. I assume you go to a lot of the fields year after year, right? And they don't really change the layout, so the design is kind of the same. So you can kind of spend the whole year like, you know what? We should have strategized differently on this field. We should have put more bodies towards that left, whatever you want to call it. Big bunker, castle over on the hill. Is that
sometimes it works? It's tricky because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because you may know a field, but the objectives will change for that game.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
even though you'll be in a field and a certain maneuver work, even though you know that field, like they'll probably change which base you need to take over, and it might be one that you never wasn't a factor in the last game.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
let's get into that for the viewers a little bit. Explain how each of these scenario games are unique and different, because I think that was really the aspect that I fell in love with. I was like, man, there's so much strategy in this based on whatever the game rules are.
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something. One second.
Yeah, the game rules are always changing for each scenario event you go
yeah.
to, and you got to be able to navigate, you know, and be able to play all these different styles, which is super
Oh,
crazy.
shoot. I don't have
Totally.
it.
And you really do have to have somebody in charge that can see how to play the chess version of it, right? And not just play
Yes.
checkers, you know? So,
Yeah.
Sorry, I just reached back and I thought I found one of my old maps.
Oh, nice.
That I can show you, but I
For
don't
all the
have it.
YouTubers, you know, be sure to
It's,
go to Play the Game YouTube, and you could see his little den here. He said that this isn't even the real den either. He's got the den with all the mannequins you were saying and stuff like that.
Yeah. My Tony Stark room, it's got all my old uniforms lined up, like the Iron Man suits and stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
so when it comes to strategy for a paintball game, so essentially you have a massive field, hundreds of players, and you'll have, you know, maybe like 10 different bases located on that field.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have to do different things, like you have two commands, so you have team A and B. So say if I'm the general of team A and then you have another general of B. And so the creator or the producer of the game will give out missions each hour for you to accomplish. So it's not just running and getting a flag at a base and holding that base.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, you have to get this briefcase at base A and take it to the enemy base at base C.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that other team will get a mission like, okay, you have to hold base C, but you have to send a spy down to kill their general with a sniper rifle.
Whoa.
So, yeah, you got to maneuver. So I'll send, you know, Bravo Brigade or Battalion to take that base and secure it with 5 guys in a triangle pattern and try and get it to the enemy base. But before they get there, I send in a recon base to try and kill everyone at base so no one's guarding it before my briefcase gets there.
oh, wow,
And so
okay,
during all that is going on, I've got my radio headset on and I'm listening to these guys. Okay, we're at grid C4, we're at grid C5. Have these guys taken over the base C yet? Because we can't, if we take there, we're going to lose it. So make sure they kill everyone before we get there. And then I talk to these guys. All right, did you guys kill everyone on the base? Like, it's crazy.
Oh,
and
wow,
they'll go, okay. And then base C is like, okay, briefcase is here. Recon group is here. There's a few guys left in here. Both of you guys on count of 5, throw smoke grenades at the base so they can't see us coming. Everybody rush the base.
There we go.
So it's like 20 missions like that all day long for 2 days.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so you could play the same field over and over with different styles of the game, and it changes everything.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, awesome.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Cool.
there's no easy wins. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like
sure.
you go into something thinking you got it all planned out, and I'm like, nada. And it's like, and again, it's you know, rain or shine or what have you. Like I've played in torrential downpours and kept going. Played in the snow. I've played in it all, and it's like, you know, you guys have done the same. Well, see, the difference is for you guys, you get to go on the grid, play for, you know, 5-10 minutes, and then you get to come off and you get to, you know, redo your pods, get everything, clean on your mess. I'm out in the field for like 45 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I mean? Or an hour, 2 hours straight.
Sure.
So that's why I wear the big tactical vest. I've got my radio. I've got aqua pack on my back with the water coming over. I've got, you know, paws to try and, you know what I mean? So it's like, and if God forbid you don't have medics. Sorry, in some games you have medics. So in some paintball, in some scenario games you have medics. So if you get hit in the arm or leg or in the gun, you can call for a medic. They can come over, heal you, write down your number, wipe off the hit, and then you can keep going.
Nice.
So you can do that up to 2 or 3 times.
Dude, Alex Frazier, he has a medic out there all the time on our team.
Medic!
He calls out to me. I say, "You're clean, player. You're clean."
But yeah, it sucks because if you get hit by a headshot or if there's no medics, you got to walk for like half a kilometer off the field and go back to staging. It's like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, it's like, it's painful.
What kind of gear do you carry with you? I'm a huge proponent of the sidearm. I think we need to have a sidearm in pro paintball. I'll never stop saying that. Like, I'm serious. I will not stop.
Funny to watch. Oh my gosh.
I know, we need it. I'm telling you, it adds so much excitement to pro paintball to have.
Totally. Your gun goes down, you pull out your little sidearm, you run out of paint or air, you pull out your arm.
Yeah,
My
dude.
sidearm has saved me so many times. You wouldn't believe.
For sure.
Because
I know. I need that.
like,
I need that on the field immediately.
and I gotta tell you,
and I don't need it because my field 1/4 always shoots phenomenal. But for these other guys, they're gonna need it. You know what I mean? They're gonna need that.
I have to tell you, because this is my baby.
Yep. He's pulling it off the wall for our YouTubers. And you got a scope on there too. Does that play an effect? Does it help you?
Okay, so I'll tell you, because a lot of people don't know. I've got a few different things on this. This is a holographic sight made by one of my guys, Kill House Weapon Systems. This is so this is good for close quarters.
Yeah.
So what I do is I range this out for about 20 yards.
Nice.
And it's for windows when you want to get like a one kill in the window, and you don't want to give away your position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I have, if I'm using first strike rounds and you're shooting long distance, I have a zoomed in scope type of thing. And those things they're not 100% accurate, obviously, because paintballs curve so down. But it gives you a much better idea of where you're shooting and everything like that. So
for sure.
You can't really see it because you're over there. But this is my Echo sight. This is a recorder, video recorder.
Nice. That thing
so
looks sweet.
And it's zoomed in. It's called a Run Cam 2, and it's zoomed in to about 5 times. So it shows you, instead of, if you're shooting with a regular GoPro and you shoot someone who's far away and you try to zoom in on After Effects or whatever you're using to edit, then it looks all pixelated. This, when I kill someone from far away, it's already zoomed in, so you can see the paint splatter on somebody.
Amazing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. This is a shield to protect the camera lens.
Yeah.
So if it gets shot, it's going to go here, and then it'll bounce off, so it protects the camera lens.
There we go.
And for when I'm playing indoors, this is my tactical light. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You got a strobe
literally, it literally blinds the player when you come around the corner and you take them out.
That sounds fucking scary, dude.
Oh my gosh, it's the coolest feeling in the world.
I need that gun on the field, dude.
I'm not trying to see Wolf come around the corner with that tactical light in my face.
It really works. It really works. Yeah. And the cool, like I said, when you want it, this is a 20-round magazine made by Dye. So I've got like 6 of these on my chest. So pop it in, pack it up. I'm on again, right? So but when I'm in big games and I'm fighting like 1,000 people, I'm not using 20 rounds to try and fight that many people.
Yeah.
So I bring out my baby.
Oh,
this
big
is the box
dog.
mag. Yeah.
This is the biggest mag you've ever seen in your life right here for the YouTubers.
Those are cool, man. I remember I was actually on the Ironman when they were putting all this stuff into production. Yeah. Not gonna lie, that tactical gun is badass, and that holds 500 paintballs. That thing.
320 something.
320.
320 something. Yeah. But I'll tell you, when my gun shoots semi-auto, 3-round burst, and full auto. All right, so you never go full auto because that's just going full R-word. But 3-round burst, and I'm like trying to hold off, a couple hundred guys with this baby.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Dude, I know that looks crazy.
But at the same time, you got to work out.
Yeah, because what's the weight on something like that?
This is about no paintballs, about 15 pounds.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like much.
No, but then add the paintballs too, and it adds.
No,
add the paintballs.
That's heavy.
Compared to what you guys use.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world, right? So
dude.
And then I'm wearing the rest of my gear. I've got the tank on my back. I'm running through. You know what I mean? So it's like that will tire out in a day pretty darn good.
Oh, you're gonna be cooked. You're gonna be so tired after that for sure. And how many clips are you usually holding on you when you're playing?
For this 20-round mags, I take 6 with me.
Yeah.
And sometimes and I have 2 with first strike rounds.
Yeah.
So if I can't reach something at regular distance, I'll put in first strike rounds and pop.
There we go. Yeah.
Or if I have the box mag, I have 3 or 4 pods with me.
Nice, dude. That is awesome.
Good old school pods with me.
Now, how honest are people out there? Like, if you shoot someone with a first strike round and it's from far away, I know up close those things hurt pretty bad, but from
it's woods ball and tournament are 2 very different worlds when it comes to that, because you guys objectives to win the game is very different. So, if you can get away with certain things, it's totally understandable. But we're very honor based here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, you don't want to be that guy cheating. You don't want to be
you get a bad
that.
rep.
That's one thing I've always loved. I've always loved that so much about the scenario side of paintball is like, it's super honorable stuff. And like, like you said, you don't want to be that guy, and everybody is out there to have fun. It's not like there's a bunch of money or any of that kind of crazy stuff with these big tournaments on the line. So it's like, let's enjoy this.
Have you ever, you don't want to be that guy caught wiping in scenario.
No.
Like, and it's like, especially me being who I am, Lord forbid, like accidents happen. Like there are a lot of times, especially with all the gear that we wear, there will be times you get shot and you don't know.
For sure.
You honestly don't know because you didn't feel it. The adrenaline's pumping.
Spoken like a true cheater.
That's funny. No, but like there'll be times that if I'm playing and I'll get shot, on like the side pack. I don't have it with me.
Totally.
You won't feel it, and it's
For
like,
sure, 100%.
And then people will see it on my videos. Oh my God, he's cheating. He's being shot. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got full gear.
Yeah, you're full on geared out.
You have the cutout cardboard underneath all of your stuff still.
And Under Armour cardboard, yeah.
Dude, I just love that, like, your whole career, you've been playing for the love of the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's been such a long journey. You've been playing for over 25 years, right there.
Wow, Jesus, I just feel old right now.
And we started about 20 years ago. So we've been in the game and we both took different paths, but you've been playing for the love of the game, dude, for so long. And it's an inspiration for people to watch on YouTube and for the paintball community as a whole. It's really cool stuff, dude.
I appreciate that very much.
And the gear is awesome. Like the guns, the whole get up, like I want to play so bad. Me and Marcelo always say we want to get out there and start doing more of these. Absolutely.
When things start up, I'll reach out to some people and like have them bring you in to play with us.
Man.
Because,
awesome. Let's do it.
Well, because we'd have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Because trust me, it's when I play with other tournament players and like, they have so much fun because they're not worried about winning and they're not worried about, even though you want to win, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
We go to these things really wanting to win.
Of course.
Greenspan and Lang and Markey, and it's a party.
It is.
It's a party because 100%. We have so much fun and we get to shoot the crap out of each other. Yeah. And especially we like playing on different sides because we'll come off the field and we're like, forget Greenspan the other day was like, bro, I saw you in the bullet. I shot your foot. I know I shot you. I'm like, dude, you didn't shoot me. You didn't break. I swear. Watch my video. No, you watched my video. Like, it's so funny. It's the funniest thing. I was like, and go and have dinner after, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Those lasting relationships, man. And that's what the community is all about. That's why we're so lucky to be a part of the paintball community. We have so many great relationships we've been able to build in this amazing community of players. It's really cool.
Very blessed, brother. Very
absolutely.
Couldn't agree more. So, Wolf, do you have any events coming up? I know, obviously, right now with quarantine, man, it's everything. It kind of, is at a standstill. Some events have started to reschedule, but I don't know. Is there any big scenario events at the end of this year that you have? I was normally I'm traveling from February every other weekend. I play every other weekend because I only play when I don't have my kids.
Yeah.
So I literally play 20 to 25 games a year. Wow. Monster Games coming up. That's in the States and Michigan Hell Survivors. That's July 24th.
Is that still on though?
I don't know. Yeah. It depends on state to state, right? So I can't even. Totally. It's even hard to promote this stuff. I mean, the only thing that might happen is Wasaga Beach Paintball game up here, which has about 700 people, which is in August and September. I got to double check. But again, who knows? But
totally.
We'll try. I mean, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to fly down and play in Mexico in November if the border's open.
There we go.
And dude, cool. Okay, can we talk about this real quick?
Sure.
Have you guys played in Mexico?
A little bit. I've dabbled down there, not in the scenario, just tournament.
Mexicans are crazy. I love it. Dude, it's awesome. Let me tell you, because these guys are so hardcore in the woods ball in Mexico.
I love
but it's
that.
funny because they're very relaxed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I go down
Latin
there.
time.
Bro, I'm telling you, and I wore my sunglasses the whole time because nobody used barrel covers there in the staging area.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
everyone's just flying commando out there.
You should have given them your tailor-made golf club covers. They would have been fine. Use those.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I do this little speech where I get on stage and I do my little wolf speech and stuff, and I go, make sure you hydrate and drink water. We don't want you passing out everything.
Cerveza.
So I get on the stage, dude. Exactly, that's it. And I go, you know what? Hold off on the alcohol tonight. And these guys started laughing at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're going, hey, Wolf! And they're holding up their beers and everything. And it's like 2 minutes before the game. And I was like, and I'm here. These guys live in the heat 24/7. I'm here telling them how to survive in the heat.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was like, I kind of
just looking out for him.
Yeah, I'm just looking out for you. And so we start walking onto the field to our bases and stuff. And I'm getting ready. I'm getting all hyped. I put my helmet on, start walking out. And I see these guys, they're with their cervezas, they got the Coronas, their masks are off, they're partying, drunk, walking through the paintball field.
Oh, boy.
With the beer. The game started already. They're just walking out.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That's party right there.
That's party. And then it's like, and then I'm playing, I'm crawling, and you go, hey, Wolf, don't step on that, man. I go, why? Go, that's a tarantula in that. And I go, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just moving over here. And he go, okay, yeah, but don't go there because that's a cliff. And I look down, there's like a 50-foot drop straight down. Oh. And then they later on tell me that part of this land used to belong to the narcos. And I'm like, man, I'm not in Kansas anymore. But it was the funniest time I had. Like it was, they were so loving and so amazing. Mm-hmm. And I ate real Mexican food, which was a bad idea before a paintball game. I paid for that later.
You gotta typically, in the Mexican culture, you take a little siesta after you have your food, take a little rest, and take it easy.
I get that now. They didn't warn me about that before. And the women.
Oh God. Muy caliente.
Perfection. Oh.
Muy caliente.
I'm so mad I didn't know how to speak Spanish before I went down there. I'm just some weird gringo who just. Yeah, you look muy bueno.
You look muy bueno.
No game. It was a wrap. Jesus. Most I could do is flash a green card. I don't know.
Flash the green card. I'll tell you what, Latin America, all of it. It's one of my favorite places in the world to play paintball. Go down to South America quite a bit. I've been meaning to get down to Arturo, obviously, one of our teammates, Arturo Andrade, owns the MXO, Mexican X-Ball League. Down in Mexico.
Oh wow, that's dope.
We've been trying to get down there. I was supposed to go. My flight got canceled because of all this. I was supposed to go. I think it was in April. Was the event that we were going to be going to, and then that was kind of right when all this kicked off.
That's right.
I mean, there's Colombia. Oh my goodness, dude! Talk about the food, the culture, the women.
You just have to know who to be with when you're there. That's what I'm saying. But
you know what?
I was in Guadalajara. And that was so beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Right. Yeah, that's where our teammate's from, Guadalajara.
Oh, dope. And apparently that's where like the origin of tequila is or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And they were going to take me to get my own bottle made. But I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't drink. So it'd be like, it'd be a waste.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
If you don't mind asking, I know it started because you kind of looked up to Kung Fu monk kind of lifestyle. Is that why you still don't drink, or do you have other reasons? Have you thought about maybe having a beer with the boys?
Honestly, at this point, it's just too late.
Yeah.
Like I would get drunk off like a Zima or something. Like it would I would just like you know what I mean? Like I hang out with guys like the modern day pirates and like all these guys who are getting shots of Fireball just for the heck of it. You know what I mean? Like I would just look silly at this point. Like
never that, dude. Never that.
I'm just used to being like the designated driver my entire life.
I like it.
At the same time, I've never needed to drink because
It's commendable.
Like, whenever I went to the club, all I did was dance. Like, I love dancing.
There you go.
I used to DJ back in the day. You know what I mean? So
Cool.
Whenever I went to the clubs, they're like, okay, Dre, Wolf, just go dance. All the girls will hang out with you, then we'll come and pick up the girls with you. That was my thing. You know what I mean? So I just dance. I just have fun. I talk, and like I've never felt the need to drink. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing against it. I have nothing against it. Yeah, and I have nothing wrong with it. Trust, dude. I went to Syracuse.
Yeah.
I was taking drunk people home every night and making sure they got home okay. You know what I mean?
Dude, so, every group of friends needs you.
I was so popular.
They need you. Yeah.
and it's you know what? And it's a good thing because I'm also a gentleman, and it's like there are so many opportunities that women have tried to take advantage of me when they're drunk.
Yeah.
But I've never been that guy. So
usually it's the other way around, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, right?
Yeah,
and it's like, so I've always been the guy to make sure everyone gets home safe. I was all that father figure and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that. At this point, I would just look silly. I'd probably get drunk up a little thimble of beer.
Yeah.
And apparently Canadian beer is no joke. So why even?
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. That is the good stuff up there for sure.
Brother.
Hey, look, I'll tell you what. You might not drink beer, but I know you do drugs because you go to Tim Hortons, and I swear there's crack in that coffee.
Oh, you know what? I'll give you one bad habit that I have.
Okay. All right.
One bad habit, and that I drink Red Bull, and it's horrible for you.
Yeah.
And
totally.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Because of what we do and our lifestyle. Like I got used to drinking a Red Bull before a game to get hyped up and stuff, and like get that energy in the morning. And it's like I'm pretty much addicted to it at this point. And, but here's the crazy thing though. At the beginning of last year, I quit drinking Red Bull, and then I tried coffee because people said that was kind of healthier for you and stuff like that.
Definitely healthier, sure.
But when I tried coffee, my blood pressure shot up.
Oh wow!
Like crazy.
Yeah.
And it was out of control.
Well, now thankfully you have transfuse, so you're on a whole nother kick.
That's true, dude. Welcome to transfuse, dude. Totally forgot about that. That's amazing. How do you like the stuff? Have you gotten any yet to actually try?
Yes, I have. It's pretty cool. I don't know the flavors by name yet, but I'm still trying out.
Okay.
There's one like a tropical one that I really like.
I got the blueberry in the cup right here.
I just did a workout video and I drank the blueberry in that video.
Yep.
And I'm digging it. I drank it after I had a Red Bull, so I don't know if it kicked or not. So I need to do it. I need to do it on a day where it's just by itself so I can truly experience it. But hey, it's healthy. It's natural. There's no sugars or anything. So it's the right step.
It's not going to give you the type of energy a Red Bull will, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: if you stop drinking Red Bull for a while and you let your body get back to copacetic kind of state where it doesn't need that Red Bull, you'll notice a difference in that kind of the vitamin boosting stuff, the brain function and things like that. But it's mainly for hydration, which is so if you're taking Red Bull, it's definitely a good thing to take with it.
For sure, yeah.
We're all in on the transfuse stuff. I love that stuff. Watermelon.
It's really going to be because because especially when I'm out on the field for like 45 minutes straight in the heat, in all my gear and stuff, I'm really looking forward to using transfuse and because I'm not a huge fan of Gatorade and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Totally.
The transfuse seems a lot more natural, so I'm really excited to try it out in the field and do what I do and not have to worry about all the after effects of the other stuff I've been drinking.
For sure. When I played the Pro Tour and I was drinking the transfuse, I had a bottle of water and like it's pretty you can water it down and get a lot more water and have a bigger bottle and have the flavor be a little lighter, but I just put it in a little 12 ounce and it's like a kick in your face. Like when you drink that
would be intense, bro.
Yeah. So I slammed that and then I went out and played Ronnie and I felt phenomenal like on that stuff. It really does play a huge role in my hydration these days. It's crazy.
Keith.
I tried.
You played Keith.
Sorry, what did I say?
Ronnie.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to play Ronnie. Yeah. But yeah, when I played
Is
Keith,
that,
sorry about that.
Keith Swaggy, Keith?
Yeah, Swaggy. Yeah.
Okay, love that dude.
Dude, he's the best.
Sure.
I know. Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah, the
we
Pro Tour is fun.
we gotta organize somewhere. We got like a whole bunch of pro players and a whole bunch of Wizzball players.
Yeah,
like,
please.
Meld them. And like,
so look, this is like the
that'd be
perfect time.
such a cool party.
It would.
Hey, this is the
Yeah.
perfect time to do something like that as fields start to reopen, because a lot of the pros aren't in the normal swing of a busy year. You know, a lot of stuff has been canceled. You know, it's kind of a couple months ago, one of the things I was pushing for is like opening day. Look, when fields open, let's just go have fun playing paintball. You know, there's not going to be tournaments for a little while. Let's just go enjoy the game. And this would be a great thing to organize, you know, some kind of big event when events, you know, so I was talking about when paintballs, like your local field, when it opens, because you could have, you know, gatherings of 50 or less, you know, or 100 or less. But when we can have bigger gatherings of like 1,000 people or more, we should definitely organize some kind of massive event that's just woods ball, you know, tournament ball, all the players come in, and you know, we could all just kind of rejoice in that. That'd be fun.
Play the game, baby.
It would be a logistics nightmare, but if we could pull it off, that would be truly epic.
Dude, it would only be a logistics nightmare if you try to do too much. Let's just go play.
But the thing is now is because it'd be perfect now because everything's on pause.
Yeah.
So like, how rare is it that all of us, me and you guys, are available at the same? It's so rare that we're available at the same time. It'd be perfect timing to do it, right? So I love that idea. So if you find something like this to happen, just let me know, and we'll work together on it, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna start. We're gonna create it.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Play the game series.
I love it. I love it.
Play the game series. Hey, Wolf, do you have like a bucket list of paintball? Like, is there some things on the bucket list you still want to knock off the list there? You got a bucket list for paintball?
That's a hard one because there's a lot of games in Europe that I haven't been able to. The game in France I want to go to. There's one called Paint Fest in Europe I want to go to. Nice. In Germany, I should say. I want to play in like South Africa. I haven't had the chance to go there yet and play.
Beautiful.
But yeah, my bucket list has been pretty
You've been doing
good
it
so far. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's I think we should all go up to like Bali and join Ollie and find a spot there and play.
There we go.
Surf the waves afterwards, bro. Because Oliver, like we connected really cool because we're all about the spiritual stuff, and like he inspired me and a whole bunch of stuff. So he's living the life right now, man. It's crazy what he's doing. So blessed up to him. But specifically, I can't think of anything because I'm so blessed to have done so much in this game already, bro.
Beautiful. Yeah, you've been at it for a while, man. You've been in the game playing it.
A long time.
Yeah, which is good, dude. And we just we're just getting started.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
What advice do you have to younger players coming up that want to follow in Wolf's footsteps? You know, become a scenario professional.
Do not get in it for the money. Stay in it for the love. And when there's people who come into this game and they're like, oh, I want this sponsor, I don't want to be this team, and I want to. When you love the game, it's never going to be difficult to do what I do because if you see it as work or a job, it's not going to be the same as just appreciating it passionately. So just go in and play for the sake of playing. And I keep telling this to people, like I see guys complain, oh, this game didn't have so and so, and I didn't like the strategies of this producer, and I didn't like this scenario because they didn't have chess pieces. If you go in, I just go to hunt people. I can go and play in a game with 20 people and have as much fun as a game with 2,000 people because I go into it just to track people down and take them out. That's why I go into it.
You love the process, and people only see the highlight reel. They don't see the low times. If you don't actually you got to love what you're doing. If you don't actually love it, you'll never survive the low times. All they see is the highlight reel. You know what I mean?
And how many people have we seen come and go in this game because they weren't in it for the right reasons? Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's like, I know life takes over and families take over and stuff like that. But I've seen a lot of guys leave the game because they get upset for whatever reason and get disappointed and stuff. Yeah. And, I know tournament has their issues and prize money and all that stuff, and Woodsball has their issues, and people do whatever. If you get into it for the wrong reasons, you will not last.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Just
Point blank.
Just go in it for the love of the game. If you want to win a tournament, you don't go in wanting to win a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
You don't go in wanting to win a trophy. You go in just simply wanting to win.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And you keep that passion, and that's what will keep you alive, right? And keep the right people around you. There will be guys who get in this, and if you're around negative people who are going to complain about games after every single game and whine about stuff and politics and get into all of that, you will never last.
Yeah.
Never last.
For sure.
I hear when you hear about all the nonsense that happens behind the scenes in paintball and all the politics and the drama and the hate and all these companies stabbing each other in the back and the sponsor problem, you will never last. I just like I'm like a child. I go into it completely ignorant and close my eyes and ears, and I'm like, I don't want to hear what issues you have with that field or this field, or you know, if the paint sucks, or just go and deal with it.
Yeah.
Just go and have
fun.
You know? I'm like Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder. Don't tell me what's wrong with the car. Just let me drive.
Yeah. I love that.
You know what I mean? So
have fun. Enjoy it.
That's the only reason why I've stayed in this so damn long, is because I just don't get wound up on the nonsense. Just go, and I just try and inspire others. And I see a little kid playing. I give him pointers, and I say, do this and that. I tell him, hey, you did amazing in there. I give him a high five. If I see the parents, I say, hey, is this your son? He was crazy on the field. He was really good. And his face goes all red from being proud in front of his parents, and they bring him back the next weekend. And it's like, stuff like that works, man. Just inspire the youth.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I tell dads, hey, you should be playing with your son in there. Go have fun. I see moms, hey, you're a pretty hot mom. No, I'm kidding. But I was like, just try and inspire them any way you can with no pressure, and just let them know that just that love of the game will keep you going, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where the magic's at right there, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Damn, Wolf, we just did a little over 2 hours, man, and I feel like we could talk to you forever.
We could keep going all day long. We got to do a part 2, brother. We got to do a part 2.
Absolutely.
I didn't even tell you the crazy. We didn't even get into the paintball stories. The experiences that I can tell you. We didn't
give us
tell
the top
you about
one.
You gotta give us a top story now. What are you talking about?
We gotta give him some. We gotta give him something to talk about. For, like, you know, me hanging out with Bob Long and stuff like that. Like, and
well, then let's talk about it right now. Tell me about this. Tell me.
Bob Long is Ty's boy.
Yeah, that's my dad.
He's an amazing person.
You can't bring that name up and then not talk about it.
No, I just remember interviewing him on my show for the first time, and he was kind of weary of who it was because he wasn't exactly sure. But then it was actually one of the Living Legends games, and he was there back in the day. And we just talked, and we started talking off the camera, and that dude inspired me.
Yeah, Bob's a legend in the game.
He's such a chill dude. You would never know it, but he's so knowledgeable of this stuff. And it's like, it's one of those talks you don't forget about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that just keeps you going and stuff like that.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, that guy beat it into me.
yeah, I heard you've had like amazing experiences with him.
Yeah,
you know that, right, Wolf? Yeah, Tyler grew up playing under Bob Long.
Mark told me that. I think I heard that on one of your podcasts too. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 13 years old, I got picked up on Bob Long's team, and I played with him till I was about 19, 20, somewhere in there.
Wow. Yeah, that explains a lot.
So Bob beat the crap out of me, dude. Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
That's right.
Like 100%.
That's amazing, bro. But there's so many backstories in paintball, and it's like, I don't talk negative about people and stuff, but it's like, one of the things is that, you know, I started off reviewing products, and I made a couple of enemies in this game because I told the truth about products. You know what I mean? And I told people if certain things sucked. And it's like, that's how people got my respect, is that I didn't just get stuff for free and say it was good. If I got stuff, I told the truth about it, and I still do to this day. Yeah. And that's what, Dye is very cool with me. And it's like, that's why I'm very, like, I'm not even on a contract right now with Dye. We're just cool. You know what I mean? Like they sponsor me without anything on paper because they allow me to be Wolf, and I got a sponsorship like literally no one else on the planet. Like I can still go out and test other forms of paintball gear. I can still tell people what I love and don't like about products. Like when they gave me the first generation box mag, I was not a fan of it because it had issues. Second gen came out, I said it was a beautiful thing. And they weren't mad at me. They didn't get upset. They totally understood this is who Wolf is and this is how he became who he is because he told the truth about products, right? And I was like,
it's big.
It's really important to keep that integrity intact. And it's like I'll always do it. Like you look at one of my videos and it's, one of the best beginner paintball markers you could ever start with. And I had guys online, he's obviously going to say it's going to be dye this or dye that. And I said, one of the best ones you could ever start with is Empire Axe.
Yeah.
Very simple, very easy. And I have no affiliation with that company whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I felt. You know what I mean? Totally. And it's people see that and say, dude, you're sponsored by one of the biggest companies in the world, but yet you choose something else. That says a lot.
Yeah.
And that's not planned. I didn't strategize that. That's who I am. That's what I do. You know what I mean? So that's who I'll always be, and just stay true to myself to how much I can. So that's why I always laugh when people say I sell out, because
no, you're just shooting it straight, man. Just shooting it straight.
Yeah, and that's why I am who I am today, and I'll keep doing what I do until I can't knock on wood.
Yeah, and hopefully we can all get out to the same field together and play some paintball coming up here once everything opens up, and have some fun playing the game together.
That would be epic. Yeah. Like, we'll play for guns or something.
There we go.
I'm kidding. I'm not not playing none of you guys with that. No.
My eyes just lit up. I'm looking at some guns right now.
I'm gonna bring like an old Tippmann if I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm playing with my pistol. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it'll be great, man. We gotta definitely get to playing some more Scenario. And huge shout out to you for continuing that lineage. It's obviously paintball is like the big meat and potatoes of paintball is Scenario Paintball. So you have been a cornerstone in that, and we hope to play a lot of Scenario Paintball in the future.
Thank you. That's such an honor.
Thank
you very much, brother.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
That's
from the bottom of our hearts, man. Thank you, one, for coming on the show, but all you do for the sport. Because again, we're just about helping this thing grow, and you're a huge part of that for sure. We love what you're doing. That's why we were stoked to have you. And honestly, I learned a lot just from this conversation. I can't wait to have you back on and get us out to one of these games so that we can enjoy your style of play. And then I'll tell you what, though, you're going to have to come and play on one of these airball fields against us one of these times.
That would be interesting. That would be it. I'll take you up on that.
All right.
And, I like it. By the way, I'm going to share this wherever I can. I'm going to share your podcast no matter who's on it.
Dude,
I want to help promote you guys as much as I can. And everyone watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're listening to this on your podcast, what have you, please share this on Facebook. Share this show on Facebook. Show the world, because paintballers have to promote paintballers.
Yes.
And we're the only ones who promote each other. So share this wherever you can, especially with people who don't play paintball, so they can see what's going on.
Totally. Absolutely. Hey, and Wolf, where can everybody find your stuff too? Because your channel's a lot of fun. So let's let the listeners know where they can find you.
Just type in Wolf Paintball on YouTube. I've got tons of shows there, especially Wolf's Top 5 Kills. I've now started giving out $100 to whoever gets the #1 spot on my Top 5 Kills.
Whoa.
And so I hope I don't go broke. But Wolf Paintball on YouTube, Wolf Paintball on Instagram, Wolf Paintball on TikTok, which has been an interesting experience.
There we go.
And TikTok has been new because before they were banning everything that had guns on it.
Yeah.
So they were banning all the paintball markers, all the real steel, everything had guns. But during COVID, they changed. Whoa. So now paintball's starting to blow up on TikTok.
Wow.
And so you guys got to get on there. I see HK Army on there. I see a whole bunch of people on there.
We actually
blowing up.
Yeah, we actually have an account. Tyler just locked us out, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy because it says the email isn't registered, which I don't understand.
Oh,
So we might have to get another email or something. I don't know.
We got to sort it out.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. We might have to get another email because it says that
happens.
email isn't registered. It's crazy.
I think they mean with TikTok. Maybe you used a personal one. We'll sort that out on the back end. But yeah, we're working on it.
And they are impossible to get a hold of. So it's like
luck.
there's nothing you can do, right? So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everything right now.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Damn, dude. All right, guys. Look, this was a great one. Wolf, you're the man, dude. We appreciate you so much, and we're definitely gonna have you come back. I can't believe you're holding off paintball stories. What the hell? We're gonna have to have you. I see what you did. He just wanted back on the show. He's doing it for clout.
Clout chasing, baby. Clout chasing.
I love it, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Wolf. Thank you so much, dude. You have a great one and stay safe out there, bud.
Yes, brother.
Later, brother.
Peace. Damn, that was such a good show with Wolf. What a guy, man. He's just awesome. What a good dude, and what a good thing for paintball to have, because he truly is a pioneer of the sport and a real advocate of just playing the game and having a good time. And he does so many great things as far as getting exposure into paintball. So I really hope we get out and make something happen. We're going to have to go and play one of these big games with him. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure we will once all of this is cleared up and travel restrictions are lifted. We'll definitely get out there and make something happen. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. We really hope you enjoyed it. We are so thankful for you guys. We're going to say it till we're blue in the face, and then we're going to keep saying it. We love you guys. We love the support, and we're having a blast with this. We're learning a lot of stuff on the way, too. That episode is a great example of I just got exposed to so much cool stuff. I think that's pretty epic. If you guys want, you can head over to ptgpaintball.com and check out our website. We have a bunch of awesome merchandise on there. We also have our Patreon on there. If you guys would like to become supporters of the show, we would definitely appreciate it. We are in it for the long haul, like we've been saying. So, if you guys would like, you can definitely check it out. Our website is brought to you by Rusty Glaze at Constant Pursuit. Our coach, our friend, our family did a really awesome job with our site, and that's what he also does for a living too. So he's built a lot of these websites for much of the paintball community. So if you guys are interested or have any needs for a website for any reasons, he's definitely the guy you want to hit up, and you could head over to our website and check it out. All right, guys, thank you so much, and until next time.